Perfect.
And hello everyone, and welcome. Welcome to our first week of our Blades in the Dark game. Ghost of a Memory, I think it's called. We do have an image, but I need to figure out where to put it on the overlay, so we'll get that sorted at some point. Probably for next week. Hi everybody. I'm wearing a white shirt, I know, crazy. I couldn't bear to wear black in this heat. Because, yeah, it was too hot. But yeah, hi. And we're going to crack... Oh, God. We're going to crack on with introducing people. So, I'm James Corp. I am obviously the guy hosting this stream. And I play Samuel Garrett with one T. I must have misspelt that. I'll have to fix that. And his nickname or street name is Magpie because he likes collecting things. A bit of a kleptomaniac. And he's from his parents are farmers from Seclevia or whatever it's called. There should be an image on there, but I don't know if it's working. I will get people to check it in. Why is it still not working? I'll figure it out in a minute when I'll get other people to introduce themselves. So next on the table is Fox.
Hello, I'm Fox Gray. I'm playing a character called Meredith Blackwood, otherwise known as Raven. She is a little bit of an odd one, in that she's from Tycheros. So they're people that are considered half demons, and her skin is literally like porcelain. It cracks instead of cuts, and it feels cold to the touch, and is perfectly white. So she's a bit of an odd one.
Thank you, Jay Wall.
Hi, I'm Jay. I am playing another character from Tycheros, so part demon, or said to be at least. And my character's nickname is Exiled Peacock because he has peacock hair, which is his, I guess, demony trait. His actual name is Zavuso Veroki, and you can pretend he's Italian. Yeah.
Spooky.
Hi, I'm Spooky. I am playing the character of Anaya Bestia. She's a whisper, and she can summon her ally, the ghost snake. And she was a pet merchant before joining this awesome crew. She's Arubian, which means like it's a country comparable to like Persia. So she has a bit of a Middle Eastern theme going on. And yeah, she's excited to get this going.
And Alexis.
Hello, my name is Alexis, and I am playing a leech today, Józefka Juric, alias Bloodcrow. She's from Akarosh, or more specifically from Dunwall itself. Used to study medicine, but has turned a rather dark path and is now experimenting on corpses and ghosts in her free time and in her job time.
Brilliant. Also, if you're wondering what the names are under everyone's like character name, that's where you can at us in chat and stuff like that in Twitch chat. That's our handles in Twitch chat. Yes, we'll go with that. Also, I fixed the overlay as well, so you all can click on. If you look on it, you can see you can see people's characters and move along them, and it tells you. So race is basically where we're from. Class is basically the playbook we're using because we can't change it at the moment, and then obviously gender, and then there's a bio, which gives you. It's very brief, but I mean over the time that will be filled out as we go along. But other than that, that's everything sorted. So Monty, sorry about that. Sorry for interrupting everyone's flow.
So I'm the GM, and I'll be playing everyone else, and basically inflicting all of the horrors and joys that Duskwall has to offer.
Okay, there's something wrong here. One moment. Look, if things don't go right, you know, that's the way it is. There we go, fixed. Always something goes wrong. Right, sorry, Monty. Carry on.
I mean, that's pretty much it, really.
All right. So what do we do? How do we play this? How do we how do we roleplay in this game? Because obviously it's slightly different to like most games that we're used to, with like linear paths and linear stories and all that malarkey.
Well, I think the best way is to kick us off in a scene, and we'll see where you go from there, basically. So, you all start off having been invited to come and see Ulf Ironborn and his gang in a somewhat run-down, dingy bar on the somewhere on the shores of Coleridge. It's outside. You can see that it's sort of the dim, horrible, sort of almost cold, sort of black rain over like sort of like foggy canals. And the bar is quite loud. It's rowdy. There's a small fighting pit in the corner where you can see a couple of Scotlanders fighting with each other. It looks like they've come from the one of the ports where the toxic rains that fall down over Scotland can cause mutations and whatnot. Because some of them they don't look quite right. And you've been ushered into a back room where Ulf himself is sat behind a desk. He's a huge hulking brute of a man. It would be fairly safe to assume, rude to suggest that he himself is the victim of some kind of mutations, because he effectively looks like a normal skin-colored Hulk. He's a huge man who looks like he could probably crush you.
Name yourself,
please. Between his biceps, basically. As you've been checked for weapons and had your weapons removed, though, and this is at this point, if anyone wants to not go along with that, say now, and we can start jumping into some rules for that. Otherwise, you're all disarmed. You're sat in front of Ulf. There's a couple of heavies with him, though compared to him, they look pretty lightweight, really. And he leans back, looks at, kind of eyes the Yakarosi among you with a kind of dismissive look. And then addresses you, Magpie, because you're the Scotlander who's there at the moment, and he says, "So, are you with me, or are you against me? Are the Talons traitors, or are they patriots?"
Who are we meeting? Sorry, who's this
Ulf.
guy?
Ulf Ironborn.
Who does he work for?
So he's running his own gang,
Right.
And being a Scotlander, you're kind of aware of him. He's a kind of a big Scotlander. I mean, not necessarily like nationalist, but he's very much he doesn't like Akaros. He doesn't like what's happened to the Scotland people, and he's carving out a name for himself, trying to establish a territory, trying to establish a gang that's like by Scovs for the Scovs, and he tends to rub people up the wrong way. He is not a person who is diplomatic by any stretch of the imagination, really, and he's quite violent. He is. You have heard of him by reputation alone, just from the kind of how violent he can be, both to his enemies and to his allies, if it comes down to it. But despite him appearing like a brute and him having a reputation for violence, he's you can tell he's a pretty shrewd man, and
Right.
He's not just going to be fobbed off or and he's not going to just he'd be easily fooled. But and he's you were when you were brought here, you were kind of informed that basically he wanted to know about the new people operating in the area. There's potentially some kind of job involved, and he's basically, but the first thing he wants to know is, as he talks to the only Scotlander in the group, is whether you're for him or against him. Basically, whether you're or whether you're a patriot to the Scotlanders or whether you're a traitor to your own kind.
Oh shit, that's me, isn't it? Bollocks.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like, I didn't. My parents come from there. I was born here in Duskwall.
Yeah, he sort of corrects you, Duskwall, and in the way the Scotlanders talk to it, and he says, "Well, your Scotlander blood. Is the blood thicker than the water here?"
Oh, of course. Family is very important to me.
Then he sort of smiles and he goes, "Then you'll help us. I have a job that orcas such as yourselves might.
Am I the only one
might
here,
be
or is it
interested
all of
in."
us?
No. Yeah, he's literally he's ignoring everyone else. He's talking
Oh, okay.
to you because you're.
Okay.
I mean, anyone feel free to jump in, but otherwise he clearly doesn't seem interested in talking to people who aren't Scotlanders, or he's at least assuming that the Scotlander is the leader of the group. And so he says, "You may have heard we've been causing a bit of trouble for the Billhooks recently. The Billhooks are a gang that operate in the area. They're like a gang of quite vicious sort of butchers and ex-butchers.
Yeah.
That are known for their quite grisly displays of their victims.
Have they run out of meat then? Is that what it is?
I mean, who knows what's in some of the pies that the common people eat. But he's the Billhooks are there's a lot of rumors going around that they've got ties to the Bluecoats, that they've got like people on the inside. And all gangs generally have a rough element to them, but the Billhooks are known particularly for their violence, even compared to Ulf. And so Ulf says, as you may know, we've been, you may have heard around that we've been causing a bit of trouble for the Billhooks. Managed to get a couple of things that need shifting. And I think since you guys shift things, maybe you can do us a favour.
I'm going to look at Peacock and go, Peacock?
Yeah, so what exactly are we going to get out of this?
Well, I reckon we got about 10 coin worth of stuff. You can have a 20% cut if you can shift it all.
%40.
He turns back to you, Magpie, and he goes, "Are you going to let your man here assault your brother?"
Hang on, brother.
And at that, you just he rolls his eyes, and he goes, "It'll be 20%, or you can leave and we'll find somebody else who wants my coin."
Oh God, how are we going to feed the family?
Okay, so that sounds like you're trying to do like a sway on him. Like you're trying to
Yeah.
Who?
So you.
You.
So,
Oh.
you're trying to kind of effectively deceive him into, that you're a needy Scotland family. That.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
We're
Okay. So.
destitute.
Okay, so
How does
I
this
mean,
work?
well, let's say. I mean, I would say. I mean, he's already a little pissed off by the fact that some Tycherosi bastards just jumped into a conversation between two Scotlanders, and then insulted him by rejecting his offer immediately, negotiating.
Nice.
So he's So it's obviously the bulging of the vein in his neck.
But by a counter argument, he's been a little bit insulting to Peacock by assuming that Magpie's the leader when Peacock's the leader.
Yeah. Yeah, but also he doesn't care about your opinions. So
That's a good point.
So I mean, I'll say. I mean, unless you want to negotiate, I say it's probably a desperate position, right? You're
Sure.
it's like it's a tense situation. I mean, if I say it's like standard effect, though. I mean, he's negotiating with a Scotlander, so you can. So he has some sympathy towards Scotlanders. So we'll say standard effect. So
what is it? So desperate? Did you say position is desperate?
Yes, position is desperate, so you can mark 1 XP for that straight away.
Is that in resolve? Yeah.
In this case, for sway, yes, I think it will be.
Right. And then you said standard, yeah?
Yeah, standard effect. Unless you want to do something to try and change this. I mean, does anyone have any devil's bargains they want to suggest that if you want to take an extra dice? Or do you want to push yourself? You could spend some stress to push yourself.
I can also assist him.
Well, weren't you technically assisting anyway? Or I was assisting you, whichever way round it was.
You get an extra die for that. And I spend 1 stress.
Yeah. So okay. Yeah. If you want to assist him, you can do that. So yeah, if you want to spend some stress and assist, how do you assist Magpie in selling this story of the poor, hard done by Scotland family?
He clearly doesn't like me very much. I'm actually just going to leave him to it and just step away. I think that would be the best way of resolving this.
Yeah. So
I'm going to trust Magpie to not fuck it up.
Yeah. So you just sort of carefully step away from the table.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you've got your standard sway. So how much do you have in sway? It's
1.
1. So now you're rolling with 2 dice.
So do I... Hang on. Bonus dice is 1, yeah? How much stress does it cost to sway?
Oh, it doesn't cost anything, but if you want to push yourself, I believe it's 2 stress off the top of my head. Yeah.
And is that an additional dice, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to stress myself out a bit. Get myself all worked up. Think of my family. How dare you, 20%, we got to do all the fucking hard work. 20%, we're the ones at risk, blah, blah, blah. And if I go to prison, who's going to feed my family?
You really care about your family, huh?
That's my obligation.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you're actually speaking from a place of truth. So actually, we'll drop it down from desperate to risky, I think.
Oh shit! I've got to start again.
Unless you want to keep it desperate.
No, let's cancel and let's start again. Sway.
You do get a benefit if it's desperate, though.
Do I?
Yeah. I mean, you get XP if it's desperate for a start. However, if it goes wrong, it goes really wrong if it's desperate. So.
I'll be rolling 3 dice.
Well, you just need to get. Well, if you get a 6 on one of your dice, great. You succeed it.
Let's leave it fucking stand. Let's leave it as it is.
As desperate.
Then, yeah,
nice.
2 bonus dice, yeah?
Yeah,
is it 2?
I mean, so you got so it's a total of 3 dice you'll be rolling. If it's 1 sway plus 2 bonuses, yeah.
Oh shit! I've got not enough hands. A 4, a 3, and a 2. So that's.
Okay, so you got a 4. So on a 4 for a desperate position, you succeed, but there's a consequence.
Mm-hmm.
So
30%.
No. I'm not going to reduce. I'm not going to offer you reduced effect for this. He goes, yeah, okay, 40% for us for a Scotland and his family. I'd love to meet your family, like welcome into the Ironborn group. let's see how they're suffering, how we may be able to help them. We can work together in the future, perhaps.
Shit.
Yeah.
I'll bring them round for tea, yeah?
Yeah. So,
Shit.
I'm going to start a clock
Oh, shit.
of Ulf comes for tea.
You better prepare for this.
Shit. It's your fault, Spooky.
What are you gonna
I
cook for
didn't do
him?
anything.
Exactly.
So, but yes, he agrees to the 40%. So you've done it.
Nice.
Some good coin.
Yee.
We will be implementing you can donate and give people advances on clocks and stuff like that. We're just working out the final whatever word I'm looking for. The final details that will be something that will be established at some point with bits and stuff like that. But it won't be this week. I should have sorted it out sooner, but I've been out for the past 2 days, so don't worry about that.
Have you marked your XP, James?
Yes, I've marked 1 XP on Resolve. I believe that's where I've marked it. There's a red little line now on my Resolve.
Is that your desperate XP or?
Where do you put desperate XP?
I mean, did you get 1 XP or did you get 2 XP, Monty?
It's just 1 XP for the desperate.
Okay.
So.
I wasn't sure if you got some for someone else because you mentioned before that.
Yeah, you just mark the XP for the attribute that it's in. So Sway is underneath Resolve, so you should have 1 Resolve XP now.
And that's
Yeah.
just a bar above it?
Yes.
Let
A
me-
black bar?
Yeah,
Okay.
should be.
Feel like I'm literally blind.
You see, there's a load of squares that come down with a fuck.
Yeah, you see where it says the word Resolve, and then it's got a bunch of sort of 6 little blades next to it. Those are the XP markers for Resolve's on the right hand side of the character sheet. There's 3 black bars. Yeah. Cool. So, so basically, unless when that clock gets full, Ulf is going to come for tea, regardless of whether he's been invited or not. So,
It's only 40.
I'm gonna look desperate at Peacock. Or everyone going shit.
So I mean, as the game goes on, there will be opportunities to try and reduce that clock, or at least to prevent it from being filled. But if you don't do anything, eventually he's going to become impatient at not being invited and just show up. So,
Can I just invite him?
yeah, I mean, you could totally just invite him round, and we can play that out.
Oh no. All right, sure.
Okay, cool. So, so he he spits in his hand and we sort of holds it out to shake yours on a deal.
Yeah.
Deal agreed.
All right,
And
I'll shake his
yeah.
hand.
yeah, you shake hands, and he goes, and he sort of clicks his fingers at his goons in the corner, and they sort of give him a little nod of acknowledgement, and and then he sort of gestures for you to. He goes, it's been a pleasure. I'll see you for the tea. And he kind of he eyes the Taikarosi who's gone sort of slinked back a bit with a kind of a sort of, he clearly does not trust you at all, and but
Wait until he
When-
figures out he's the leader.
yeah, you're with the Skovlin who's kind of vouching for you, so it's fine. Yeah. And the boys take you out the back of the bar, and they basically give you one of them writes down something scrawls something down on a piece of paper and gives it to you. And you're kind of left free to go basically. So and when you get, unless there's anything else is there anything you want to do now, or shall we just skip to planning?
It's written on the paper.
Yeah, so the paper basically describes where the pickup is for the
What?
the items.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Why is there a clock on the map?
Oh, I may have accidentally put one on there.
It's right here.
Oh, yes, there is. Yeah, that's an entirely accidental thing.
Oh,
Right. Okay, so yeah, the paper basically tells you of like a secret, or at least hidden canal entrance along one of the canals going through like that near the bridge between Coleridge and the Nightmarket, and basically says like this is where you can pick up the goods.
Did they give us any details about what we're planning to do?
Yeah, so yeah, on the paper it says that I mean, he basically wants you to offload this stuff. Is to sell it somehow. So it describes the goods in very broad terms, and basically says it's a collection of spirit essences, and that's effectively distilled spirit energy. It's dangerous, it's potent, it's has a number of uses, and generally the trade of it's highly illegal. So he's basically stolen some illegal merch from the billhooks. You don't know what they were going to do with it, and he wants to offload it to presumably fund something, but you don't know what that is either.
Were we paid in advance or not yet?
No, you need to make the money by selling it. He's trusting you to handle these spirit essences and sell them, and then you get to keep 40%.
Okay.
It's very trustworthy, though.
Yeah, but we don't want to piss. I mean, we don't want another person pissed off, especially this guy who is kind of
knows where you live.
I think he knows where my parents live, and secondly, he's coming round for tea.
He does
Sparrow.
know when that clock is full.
Oh, okay.
He's coming round for tea. He's having tea and biscuits with the old the old dog and not the old dog and bone. That's a phone. Whatever.
When the clock is full, he basically appears at your parents' house.
Exactly.
Pretty much, yeah. He's figured out where they live through his own
That's
contacts and whatnot, and has basically shown up. He'll invite himself in.
Okay,
And you
so
don't
we
want
need
to
to
see
get
that.
about selling these things now, right?
Yeah.
We need to pick it up first.
I just imagine this guy is like the Kingpin, do you know, from Marvel Comics, obviously, because
Yeah, I mean, we can skip past the pickup. I mean, we're handled that as part of the entanglements, unless you get a terrible entanglement roll, and just picking it up already starts you off in trouble. But the main thing it's up to you how you want to do the score. I mean, do you want to focus on doing it in two parts and have a kind of a smuggling part to smuggle it into the Nightmarket so that you can distribute it there, or do you want to kind of just assume that getting it to a place you can sell it is part of the selling it score, and that's how you want to approach it.
Would we know who's usually the one who would buy something like this?
You can do some gather information to figure it out. So you can reach out to a contact, or just put some feelers out generally and see what people feel. Basically, see whether there's anyone.
How would I do that? Is that a roll then?
It is a roll, yeah. So we'll do some gather information. So gather information. I believe it's like a fortune roll. So the gather information. Yeah. So what you want to do for gather information is, well, basically describe what it is you're going to do. So how we like basically ask me a question, because if it's just something that's common knowledge, I'll just tell you. It's we don't necessarily need to do a roll for it.
I understand that a lot of people use this, but who would be ready to buy this illegally?
So potentially there's a few. I mean, any like whispers generally would be interested in it. So if you can find any witches or anything else like that, potentially they'd be interested in purchasing it.
Doesn't Sparrow have a connection with a witch?
I think so. Yeah.
I do, yes.
Yeah. So even if you don't know, like, I mean, she probably knows other witches. Like you're, so potentially that's a route to offloading this stuff. Who else? I mean, there's definitely people who want to get rid of spirit essences. You're the people that are really hot the trots to get get you guys. The spirit wardens are definitely down to get to find any spirit essence and clamp down on that.
I doubt they'll buy it from us, though.
Probably not. No. Other than that, I mean, you've heard of a couple of places in the Nightmarket. There's a place, kind of like a bar / sort of speakeasy place, where it's rumored that people of a more supernatural bent, kind of, deal in that kind of stuff. You may find that the owner may want some spirit essences to use for whatever their clientele wants. Being based in the Nightmarket, you would have heard of this social club known as the Vale. It's you would have heard definitely of the proprietor, who's Roland Valaris. The reason you would have heard of him is that he's got a particularly unusual manifestation of his kind of Trichorosi trait, which is he doesn't have legs, but instead he has like the body of a serpent from the waist down.
Okay.
Or so people say. He's very rarely seen in person, but you've heard the rumors.
Would it be feasible for us to split up? For example, I'd go to the whale, and in the meantime, Sparrow could go to the witch.
Yeah, I mean, you can. Well, now we need to establish, to go on an actual score. We're going to have to establish the point of entry, basically. So, pick one where you're going to be going, and that's that's how we'll do it, basically.
I feel like they basically already have some sort of positive relationship with that witch. That might be a better place to start.
Yeah, and it sounds safer.
Yeah, I mean, if you just want to basically ask her, like, if she has any specific contacts that are going to be interested, then we can just do that as more gather information. Otherwise, if you just want to sell it to her, I mean, you can pretty much just do that if she's interested in buying it. There's quite a lot of it, though. It's probably more than any one person would need. So, I mean, the other thing you could do is that the foghounds that you're not particularly on good terms with, they're smugglers. Potentially, they'd be interested in smuggling it out to people outside of Duskwall or to other districts in Duskwall, and for a cut type thing. It's like, but you obviously need to get buyers. Like, but equally, they don't like you, so they don't really have a reason to help you. So
yeah, we don't know if we can trust them either.
No, I mean, they might just take your stuff.
Definitely, then we're in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, and we're selling drugs, right? Is this a drug? Is this a shipment of some sort of drugs that we obviously need to get practice at selling stuff at this?
Oh. More like illegal goods.
Oh,
Yeah.
Spirit essence, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that shit we're going to be selling or what?
We're just making money.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. At this point, you're just selling some stuff to make some cash. This
Yeah,
is
but
the
this
stuff
could be a
you
this
want
could
to
be a
make.
test that this could be like a dry run for us to like see
Yeah.
how it does that make any sense? It could be like for us to
Yeah.
be like figure out the best way to like push shit onto people.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, spirit essence are literally made out of spirits. So potentially, you could use this stuff to turn it into the drugs like you want to make, and then sell those. But it might take longer than Ulf is willing to wait. So,
Well, I could distract him with tea, with Raven pretending to be my mother, and Sparrow pretending to be my father or Mr. Twitch.
Why do I have to be the father?
Because you said Mr. Twitch.
so I guess, right? Shall we jump into a thing then? So you've got, so shall we say like Quellen is going to give you some kind of contacts where you can upload his stuff?
Yeah.
So yeah, let's do an engagement roll then, and we'll figure out. Well, we'll do a quick gather information roll. So I guess Quellen's your friend, so let's do a consort.
This is me, right?
That sounds like what you're doing. Is if you're going to be talking to your contact, you're consorting. So let's
All right.
roll on that. Is there any does anyone want to
I have
throw
no
anything
points
in here?
in this. I just want to.
Cool. So if you have
Oh,
no
everyone.
points, then basically it will roll 2 dice and you'll take the lowest one.
Oh, great.
I mean, we'll say it's a pretty controlled situation. You're just talking to a contact. It's not particularly dangerous or anything at the moment. We'll say
the
it's
effect be?
standard effect. Sorry?
Oh no, I was just going to ask about that.
Yeah, we'll say it's standard effect controlled. So
Oh dear.
Oh,
wow.
Oh dear.
Okay, so yeah, okay, so like reaching out to her, you something throws you off, like, and you decide you're not sure whether you're gonna try and talk to her because you think maybe she's being watched. Like someone or something is keeping an eye on her at the moment. I mean, you can risk it and try again, but in a more risky.
I think we'll go with another plan.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so the only sort of other avenue you have at the moment is to veil.
actually, may I ask? I was interested in using this stuff the whole time, and I don't know if I should maybe take 20% of the stuff while we sell 80% and give them the money. That would leave us without the money, but maybe I could learn to make some of the drugs.
Yeah, I mean, you could just keep 40% of the stuff and not sell it, and but you'll just end up with no money out of this at the end of it, or at least you'll end up with money that you have to give to Ulf. But
I feel like in this situation we should be selling it because we haven't got any money left, I don't think.
Yeah.
yeah, I think your crew's running pretty low on cash at the moment.
Do we have to pay our crew?
No, but there'll be times when
Oh.
you want money to do things.
Oh, okay.
So
Are we at like 0 right now?
I think you are, yeah.
Oh gosh. Yeah, no. Okay, let's sell then for the moment. Let's go to the Vale.
Cool.
I mean, just how illegal is this substance? Because I'm wondering if it's something that Meredith could sell to one of her contacts to study, as she's got her people liking to study ghosts background.
So, I mean, spirit essence trade isn't as such. So it is. It's generally illegal to trade it. Or well, I mean, or you guys tell me. Like, it's. I mean, it's definitely to establish it as illegal in some form or another. But how illegal is up to you, basically. Do you want to? Do you want it to be some seriously hot property? The hotter it is, the more you can get for it. Or do you want it to be reasonably?
My question would be, a lot of the city runs on this stuff, like everything unnatural, basically.
Yeah.
In that case, someone is using it in a regulated manner.
So it could be that illegal trade of it is, well, sort of uncertified trade is what's illegal as opposed to trading it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's effectively a controlled substance. Yeah. It's like, certain institutions are allowed to operate on it, and like the trade of it is recorded and controlled. But obviously people smuggle it and whatnot.
Well, I mean, maybe I have a contact back at the university who it would be interested in studying it and doesn't necessarily care where it comes from.
Okay, cool.
Would they want to buy it in like a high quantity though? Or can you just sell a little bit of it to that contact and then sell the rest of it at the Vale?
What does it do?
I mean, there's probably other gangs you could reach out to just sell it to, like the Red Sashes or something. It's known that they have some drug operations going, like that deal in essences and stuff like that. So the other one that you'll be aware of is the Dimmer Sisters. They're some creepy people that they don't really ever leave their house. But they seem to have a control on the kind of, or at least they have a bit of a stranglehold on ghostly and spiritual things in the area. They
But they're already like well established.
Yeah, they're already well established. They have a lot of witches that are in their service. I mean, there's a good chance that Krellin may even work for them, or at least would be like Dimmer Sister adjacent in some way. They definitely deal in the trade of captured spirits and spirit essences. So you could, and because they're reasonably established, you can probably move quite a lot through them.
And we want to be on good terms with people as well.
My other thought, though, is that a university, even though it's under the table, a university tends to have quite a big budget. I mean, could we sell some to potential university colleagues and some...
Problem is, with the university, though, there may be a paper trail, and they may require
That's
a paper
true.
trail.
That's true.
What does Spirit's Essence actually do? Or is it not defined yet? We have to define it.
Well, it's used to create electroplasm, which is what they melt people in to destroy their souls and bodies.
We've got an undertaker friend. There we go. We'll sell it to him.
They also electroplasm's used in all sorts of things, though. It's also used for lights and various electronic devices and all sorts.
So it's quite useful.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
And it can't be illegal if it's used in lights and stuff.
The illegal trade of it is illegal, right? So
Yeah, it's a controlled substance.
Mhm.
Like you can't just go out and buy it without proper papers or whatnot. But
Mhm. We could sell it to the police, the blue coats.
How would
I
that
mean-
work?
I think they'll just confiscate it.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
They'll
oh,
just
thank
take
you,
it.
you're going to jail now. Goodbye.
Wrist.
yeah, you have little faith.
Quick question: will the railjacks have any use for this? Maybe.
Not as such. I mean, they're reasonably experienced in dealing with rogue spirits, so I mean, chances are they could probably supply you some spirit essence.
Okay.
That's
But-
good though, that because we're mates with them, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you are. Yeah. So,
They could be our suppliers for our base product.
Hopefully.
okay, so it sounds like you kind of got a bit of a couple of ideas in play. So I guess decide on what it is you want to do. Do you want to try and schmooze it with some university types to try and set up a deal? Do you want to try and gain access to the Dimmer sisters somehow? I mean, like, why would they talk to you? Like, how are you going to make that happen? Or is there a different angle you want to play?
Do
I feel like the university.
we? Yes, I was also going to say, do we know in character about other people's contacts?
Well, that's up to you. If you've shared contacts with each other, then that's fine. You know,
I would have shared some contacts, not all.
I don't think I would share the fact that I've got a demon in my back pocket.
So you keep
I mean,
it.
a demon may very well be interested in spirit essences. There could potentially be uses for them that are beyond the pale, basically, that a demon would rather be interested in employing.
At the same time, though, I don't want to irritate her by giving her even more of a reason to owe me.
Let's
Yeah.
go with the academy, even though my character probably doesn't like that.
Like we all have pretty good like resolve skills as well. So
I mean, we could. The thing is, we put. It depends on how much we've got. How much have we got? We got a load of. How much in volume do we have to get rid
So,
of?
well, you got about 10 coins worth, so we'd say that's probably like a large boat's full of crates. So
we could just
like
split
a
it
large
and
good canal boat. Yeah.
we could just split it and sell it across as many different places as we possibly can.
Yeah, you don't necessarily have to sell it all at once.
Because we
either,
don't have to
but-
sell a massive I mean, we only really, and ideally, we only need to sell 60% of it, because then we could keep 40%. Well, we do need coin, but we could potentially sell the 60% of it, keep 40% for.
You'd sell the 60% at an inflated price.
Maybe,
Yeah,
I don't know.
after all, yeah, Ulf is only he expected it to be worth about 10 coin, but if you can get like 6 coin to him and have only sold like 1 crate out of 10, then great, you know. I mean,
So
then
you
we
don't
could-
have, you don't have to
like
sell it. You
10
don't have to sell
crates.
any of it. You could just go on, like, steal something from somebody else that's worth 6 coin, and then give him 6 coin. You know.
I think splitting it would also be a good idea because it's less noticeable that way. You sell a bulk of something all in one place, and that leaves tracks.
I agree with that.
I mean,
Well-
we could keep a whole like
Let's-
we could keep like a coin's worth. I know it's not much, but we could keep a coin's worth of it to ourselves so that we can produce produce more of that drug and sell that for more money. Do you know what I mean?
The thing is ghost essence I don't think is reproducible in the way that chemical drugs are.
Yeah, they.
No,
they
I'm talking
all-
about our whole purpose
yes.
of what we sell
Yeah.
to
Well, let's-
ghosts for some
But,
reason.
I mean,
and
you can
they-
figure that out later.
Yeah, we still need to start the
Right.
creation
Yeah.
process, I think.
So, I mean, do you want to focus more? So, I mean, I guess you've got to. Do you want to focus more on the transport of this stuff and get it into a safe place so you can then start distributing it, or do you want to
Yeah.
assume that this is going to be okay? So, and then we can jump into dealing with the problems if they occur.
Can we rent boats?
Yes, there's. I mean, the gondoliers kind of control
We don't have
the.
money.
Yeah, you don't have any money. The gondoliers kind of control boating at the moment. You don't own a boat, but there's nothing stopping you from stealing one or borrowing one on a temporary basis.
That is stealing.
Yeah,
Not if you return it.
and they don't know it was gone. Yeah, the gondoliers though are known to have. They're not generally fans of the supernatural, so if you're trying to get them to shift a whole bunch of spirit essences, they're probably not going to be too on side.
Lemonade. We're shipping lemonade.
Yeah,
Definitely lemonade.
Uh-huh.
you
Yeah,
can
give it a
try
try.
that.
No, but we don't have any money to pay them whatsoever unless we give them a favor, basically. So I'd rather we do it ourselves.
Okay. So how are we going to transport boxes?
I mean, didn't you say it's already on a boat?
It is already on a boat. Yeah,
We just use that boat then.
yeah,
Wolf's boat.
yeah.
Could we saw the boat in half and have 2 boats?
Well, you'll
how
have 2
boat?
halves of a boat. Half a boat generally does not sail well.
No, it was an idea. I didn't say it was perfect, did I? Ow, it just hit the side of my desk.
It's
them.
too hot, but I really don't want to open my window because we have a wasp's nest outside.
Oh.
Okay, so it sounds like we're going to be doing a transport mission.
Aye.
Hello.
Cool. So, I guess what's the detail here? What's the route? What's the means of transporting it?
Firstly, the boat, at least.
Is
Okay.
Wolf letting us use the boat?
Yeah, and I guess the route you're going to try and you're reasonably close by to the Nightmarket. If we look at the map, you'll see that like the boat's kind of sort of here-ish.
Okay.
Your lair is probably going to be around there, so it's really mostly taking it sort of just down the river. But obviously the river's heavily is going to be patrolled. It's that, but then again, you guys know what you're doing. You're not incompetent. So
Sorry, who... Okay. I think you're getting confused with groups.
So, what sort of boat is this?
it's a very simple cargo boat. It's really enough for about 4 or 5 people to stand on and move about. It's got a couple of rows, like a pole to help push it along and nudge it away.
Because I'm just
and then
thinking
crates
about.
covered in a tarp, basically.
I'm just thinking about. Some of us would look out of place being on that boat.
Yeah, I mean, presumably you'll have some clothes and like basic hoods and stuff like that.
Like
In
a
fact-
disguise.
In fact, if you look at your character sheets, you see that you'll have load for various things. Like many of I don't think most of you have things explicitly for disguise. So that's generally a slide, but that doesn't mean you can't just have basic heavy coats and stuff to kind of. I mean, you'll all have kind of heavy coats and hoods and stuff, just because you die if you if you're trying to live in Duskwall without them. It's cold and it's wet and it's windy a lot of the
Especially
time.
if we go at night as well.
Well,
we
it's
can-
always nights basically, so it's
Yeah, I guess.
so yeah, you can safely assume that you have like a basic level disguise that as long as somebody doesn't like look directly into your face, they're not going to know you from anyone else.
Tom, Dick or Harry, yeah?
Basically, yeah.
Okay. Would it be feasible if, for example, I go ahead and maybe scout where we're going to unload at the shore while everyone else pushes it?
We can do that as part of the engagement, or we can effectively do so you don't basically we'll just roll the engagement, and then
Mhm.
if that turns out badly, you can do a flashback to basically how you scouted out to avoid some of these issues, or at least be prepared for them if they crop up at all. And then if you get a good engagement roll, you don't need to waste your flashback. You can just not do that.
So how does this engagement rolling work?
Okay, so engagement rolls. So I guess we've established the route and the way you're going to travel. You're going to take the are you going to try and take it just straight down the river to the docks because you haven't got any docks directly where your lair is. The docks are actually past the are actually to the railway station, or just off the railway station, behind the like the set of fences and stuff that separate it off away from the rest of the night market proper. So you could take it down to one of those, or you could try and take it through like the various like canals and sewerways underneath the city, and try and get to a place nearby from there, nearby your lair from there.
I think the railjacks won't mind if we go through the railways, right?
Yeah, I mean, you've you know, it's not obviously just run by the railjacks. There's like, they just work the trains, and when they're going out to the lightning barriers, basically. But you know, you may be able to make some kind of deal to reach out to one of them to ask for a favor or something. They'll probably expect a favor in return at some point. But
would a boat like that really look out of place if we just sail it over there?
yeah, I mean, obviously, there's people are shipping stuff out of Duskwall on a regular basis. So they take things down to the docks, have them loaded onto a ship, onto a train, and sent away. So it's not uncommon for boxes, a whole bunch of crates to be shipped to and from the rail station.
The other thing is, we shouldn't be sly about it at all, because that's what makes you stick out, is if you're trying to be subtle.
Yeah. That's why I thought, like, we can just sail it as if it was any other boat and take it there as if it were, like, some train parts or, I don't know, supplies
Cool.
to be by train.
Yeah, I mean, let's not plan ahead too much. So let's just sort of establish, basically, like, it's just the route you're going to take. You're going to try and go via the rail, the docks of the rail yard, and we'll see what happens, basically.
Yeah, that's fine by me.
Okay, cool. Anyone else want to weigh in on this before we go ahead?
I don't have anything I can weigh in on. I'm sort of a sneaky. I'm a thief. I'm a thief. So I can't really do anything. Well, I don't think I can do anything at the moment until shit hits the fan. Then I can think about things that we can do.
Okay, cool. So we've got a rough plan in place. So the first thing to the side now is what your load is going to be. So you'll see on your character sheets you have different kinds of loads. It starts off at 3 for light, then 5 for normal, then 6 for heavy. And basically you define kind of how prepared you're going to be, like in terms of how many, like if you think like a lot of stuff is going to come up, that you're going to need like a lot of different tools and things like that, you might want to go heavy. Or if you want to have a lot of armor and stuff on you. If you don't think you're going to need a lot of stuff, then you could go like just down to 3 light, because basically you don't choose what your items are at the start. Every score, you basically just, if you need something, check one of your boxes, that's one of your load used up. But you need to decide how much load you have for this score, like whether you've rigged yourself up to have tons of stuff, but because you're rigged up, you're going to be a bit more obvious, because you're moving about quite heavily, where you've got all of these extra pockets and stuff loaded up on you. So that's kind of the gamble you take, but you need to decide this first, going like before you go on to the score. So
I've already decided.
I'm going.
Okay, cool.
Me too.
Everyone's fairly confident it should be a simple drop stuff off job.
Well,
I'm still prepared just in case.
I've learned from roleplay games that they're never simple.
Nothing simple.
Yeah, everything goes wrong in some way or another, but we'll see what happens.
One thing I might suggest is we're in a public place, so I would say bring blades, not guns.
We are in the dark though.
But guns are noisy. Oh my god.
Hopefully we won't need any weapons.
Hopefully not, no. But if we are going to bring any, blades would be better than guns, because guns make noise and attract attention.
Guns don't kill people.
Attract anyway.
Something does.
So if you have, like, for instance, like a light load, do you pick 3 items then?
Yeah, if you have 3 light, then you can pick up the 3 items. I mean, you might find that you don't need to use any during the score, but basically when you need an item, just check it off. But you can only check off up to your load, basically.
Just
It's like a
remember,
resource.
Just remember that for whispers, the ghost key and the demon bane charm don't weigh anything.
Oh, nice.
Anything in
So-
italics doesn't weigh anything.
So I'm sort of with the philosophy of I'm going to bring the ghost key and the demon bane charm along to everything,
Yeah.
just in case. It's because they don't add anything to my load.
So
What does it
you-
do? What does a demon bane? What? Hang on. What have I got? I've got a piece of equipment I couldn't find. I've got a spirit bane charm, and I don't know what it does.
Spirits don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, Spirit Bane's pretty much like it makes spirits stay away from you. Like they don't like it. It's
Should we decide this in our break, and then we'll come back from the break? Yeah. Do you want to do
Sure.
that? It is
Yeah.
basically
Yeah.
bang on the hour. All right. I just need to add the screen. I just had to make just then because I didn't have it made. Right, and we're back with part 2. Right, take us away.
so we were about to make an engagement roll. I think everyone had decided what their load was.
I haven't. I've
okay.
got a few things that are in italics, which means that they don't count for load.
Yeah,
So I can take them anyway.
Yeah, just be aware that if you take stuff, then obviously if you've got it with you, then you've got a chance of losing it. So
Also, do be careful with that because there are a couple of things on mine that are in italics, but the handbook still says that they have load.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. My fine lot picks don't have any load, so I'm going to take them with me just in case. I'm going to take my shadow cloak with me, which is 1 load. My
you don't have to choose what you take with you. Like
Oh,
to
okay.
start.
All right.
Basically, just when you need something, check a box, but you can only check up to your load. So
All right. Okay. Fair enough. All right.
game's very kind
Well,
of flexible like that.
I
It
think
just
I've
lets
only
you
got.
react.
I think I've only got 3 things anyway, unless something counts for 2 load.
Yeah, there's a couple of things like you can go double load in armor, for example, or large weaponry, things like that. Because they're linked boxes, you need to, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
Like everything underneath the grey box is also stuff that you can take, I think.
Yes, basically everything in that, pretty much everything in that entire column, that underneath where it says items, you know. So, right. So let's do an engagement roll, and as we said before, we've established what we're doing, where we're going. So is this so I guess now we just decide what the major advantages / disadvantages are to your engagement. So you start, it's a fortune roll which starts off at 1 dice just for sheer luck, and you've got, I mean, would we say this is a particularly bold or daring operation?
It's not really bold or daring at all, is it? Really?
I mean, you're pretty much just going down the river, picking some stuff off, right? It's not. I mean, you're doing it in a public place, which is like among other public trade, presumably. So it's a bit daring, perhaps, to just kind of be pulling it off in broad daylight, as much as you can get in Duskwall. But I mean, it's up to you guys. You know, if you don't think it's particularly daring, then we'll say not.
Yeah, I think like it's relatively safe.
Cool. Okay. Is it particularly complex or contingent on many factors?
No.
No, I wouldn't have said so. It's pretty much, go from A to B, job done. So the target in this case is, like when in a transport job, is really kind of the I guess kind of where you're taking the turf you're taking it through. And I mean, since you're going down the rivers, the gondoliers are an obvious choice for that. Or the the other target is probably the blue coats. You're trying to avoid having your stuff picked up by the authorities, basically. So does the detail you're using, i.e. the route or the method of transport, expose any kind of vulnerability in a target, or
Is this where I could go?
Exploit
Well,
any weaknesses.
my blue coat contact. Blah blah blah.
Well, yeah, we'll just get to that. In fact, I mean, I would say that nothing about the plan particularly exploits anything. I would probably say that the target is quite strong against this approach. Like in terms like the blue coats, probably slash the people at the rail yard probably do inspect things coming in to be shipped out. So they probably have some kind of we'd call it some kind of special preparation or defenses against just casually shifting some stuff through without being noticed. So we'll knock off it.
We just cover it all with several layers of grain.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, you could do that if you had some way of getting grain, but you don't have any money. So.
Yeah, this is catch 22.
Quick field trip to the farms.
However, there's nothing stopping you again from putting yourselves in debt to other people in order to give yourselves advantages. But so, I mean, I'd say you're probably going to take a negative dice to this. So we're down from 1 dice to 0 dice. Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight for this operation?
Well, yeah, I've got.
Yeah, you've got your blue coat contact. So yeah,
and
you
he could tell us. He could tell us at 12 o'clock a.m. because we won't know because it's night, regardless of what time of day it is. The blue coats changed like guard or whatever, and that's the best time to get your stuff in with it being like completely overlooked.
Yeah, there's definitely some you can tell you there's like a window or something, so where it's going to be good. Yeah, so I'll give you a dice for that. So we're back to 1 dice.
Does our good standing with the railjacks help with this?
Yeah, potentially. They if you reach out to them, you might be able to get like a sort of a distraction in play or something else like that.
'Cause surely they would be able to have a little bit of string pulling in whether or not the train that our stuff gets loaded on gets checked.
But that's assuming you want to load it onto a train at all. I mean, do you just want to get back to your lair and then do stuff with it later? It's like, well, I mean, what's the actual plan here once you get it to the docks?
Yes, almighty leader.
Almighty Peacock, tell us.
I would assume we would want to get it back to the lair so we can actually distribute it.
Yeah, because I mean, if you dump it on a train, you don't know where it's going or who it's being sold to,
Yeah,
unless you're going on the train too. Yeah,
shipping it somewhere.
Yeah, not up off anymore. Bye.
I mean, is there a rail connection to the old yard where our train is?
Yeah, I mean, there will be some heavily rusted over, probably bent out of shape rails there now that are no longer used into the main night market. I mean, that's after all how your disused rail car your lair is got there in the first place.
So, is there any possibility of asking the railjacks to help us get it there with one of their trains?
I mean, they could probably leave out some kind of sort of pulley, sort of
small car.
Yeah,
Or something.
yeah, classic one of those that for you to try and get it down the tracks. Yeah,
And this is when it turns out that the rail track isn't so abandoned.
yeah. Let's see. So, are there any other elements that we may want to consider in this? Is there any lower tiers that targets that will give you any bonuses? Any higher targets that may take them away? Is there a situation going on in the district at the moment that may make things more or less tricky? I mean, I don't really think there's any other elements involved here. I think it's really easy to be straightforward.
Should be.
And we'd say, yeah, if you're exploiting, you don't have a specific contact with the railjack, so you can't really use them for a bonus. But perhaps, later on, as things go on, you can flash back and say, "Oh, we'll set up a meeting with them and sort something out." So, yeah. So let's say we'll go with the 1 dice. So, unless there's anything you want to do specifically to add some more dice to this engagement roll, we're going to be rolling with 1 dice.
Woohoo!
Yeah, that's fine.
So what sort of things can we add?
Well, if you want to do, like, say you want to do that flashback and set things up with the whalejacks, we can quickly do a flashback. We can do a pre-flashback, sort of a pre-engagement flashback now and do that. We could do
I mean,
you could take a devil's bargain now or something like that if you want.
the other option is we could have contacted our magistrate friend who gave us free clearance to take the stuff in and out, so that could be another bonus dice that could happen.
Yeah, I mean, the magistrate's... again, you could reach out to him too and try and get him to effectively get you some kind of actual legitimate papers for moving these things or something like that.
I think that would be a good idea, because then, as far as everybody else is concerned, the sales we have are legitimate. That give us a bigger market to sell to.
I mean, do you want to try that? We'll do that as a quick pre-engagement thing. Okay, so I guess how do you want to set up? I mean, this is almost, in fact, this is almost a setup to this score, because it's almost a score by itself to kind of get access directly to this guy, because he's a high up official. Like, you can't just go meet him casually.
My question is, do we really want to use the magistrate for this right now?
No, but I'm just saying we do. That is an option that we can fall back on if we need to.
I want to
Honestly-
keep the magistrate as like ace in a sleeve.
I feel like we should just kind of try it, and then if something good happens, we'll just deal with it as we go.
Cool. Let's go for it then.
Does everyone else want to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, somebody else? Does somebody else want to roll engagement, or shall I roll it for you?
Our great leader should roll it, I think.
Is he now the great leader?
He's the exalted peacock.
Exalted.
The exalted
I mean,
peacock.
Exiled.
I'll take exalted.
Yeah.
Exalted. Yeah, exalted peacock.
Cool. So yeah, the roll engagement button is on the
Yep.
the cruise
Just under
sheet.
the sales territory.
So we're rolling on one dice.
Oh, this is
Wait,
going to
where
go
is it?
so fucking well.
Yeah.
Where is it?
It's on the cruise sheet
Hey!
underneath sales territory.
Oh,
One. Wow.
oh no!
So, one, that's a bad result. You're going to start off in a desperate position at the beginning
no.
of the score. So,
Does that mean that we get experience?
it means that whoever's going to be taking the first action effectively gets experience, yeah. So, I guess.
Oh no!
So, you start off on the. So, we'll start off. You've managed to shift things down the river. You're at the docks unloading, and some bluecoats have they singled you out for an inspection. They're kind of they've surrounded the boat. They're about to start, having a search through it. What are you guys doing?
Flashback.
Okay, so what's happening?
So, prior to this, I set up a cover identity, which is one of my items
Uh-huh.
I get to take in. So I have the right paperwork to say that this is a shipment for the South, as they need supplies to power their technology. This is authorized, all good to go. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that sounds like you're swaying them.
Yep.
So I guess make me a sway roll. I say from a position. Let's see. You said you've got documents, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I guess there's still some risk that they may see through these because I assume they're obviously forgeries, but they're not obviously forgeries, but they're forgeries. So we'll say it's risky, but if they fall for it because you got some proper documents with you, we'll say maybe even great effect.
Okay.
Unless there's something else you want to do to change that. I mean, you could potentially make it a controlled situation if you Maybe you want a devil's bargain. Maybe James wants to assist, and or Magpie, shall I say, wants to assist and have also joined you in your flashback where he used his blue coat contact to have his blue coat be on this squad. You know.
Sure. Yeah, I'll do that as well. Yeah. Fuck it. Yeah, I'll assist
Okay.
that way. Is that one stress, Joe? That's a good idea. Yeah, my blue coat. What's his face? I've got his name here. Is it the up arrow? Yeah.
Yes.
Darmot.
Yeah, Dharma. Yeah.
Darmot, the blue coat. Someone
yeah.
who grew up on the same streets as I did, as I said, you know, and and he went one way and I went the other way.
Okay. So I guess what you want to do? Do you want to increase, like, make your position more controlled, or do you want to take an extra dice for the roll?
What would you like, J-Wall? Or Exiled Peacock?
I would like the extra dice.
Okay, cool. So we're going to go risky, great effect. You're rolling on your sway plus an extra dice.
Did that cost me a stress to do or something?
Yeah, 1 stress, right?
Yes, that costs you 1 stress. Yeah.
Okay, I've already burnt through 3 stresses. Jesus Christ.
So risky, you said great or was it extreme?
It's a great effect.
Just don't roll a load of crap, alright?
Yeah, you got an inside man and some documents. I'd say it's a great effect. Yeah.
Because in addition to an assist, I can also push myself, can't I?
Yeah, you can do that too.
I will also push myself.
Okay, cool. So another dice.
Can anyone else do anything?
You can only have 1 person assist.
Oh, okay, alright.
Or someone could offer me a devil's bargain.
Yeah, I mean, we could if you want to take a devil's bargain as well. Do anyone have any suggestions on what
So
that might be?
for people who don't know what a devil bargain is, what's a devil bargain?
So devil's bargain is basically you'll get a bonus die, but there will be a guaranteed consequence to this action.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, for example, I might say, like, maybe you're getting shot in the face or something, and like you're going to try and you're going to try and dodge out of the way before the gun goes off.
I mean, if he took a devil's bargain, perhaps one of the blue coats will recognize his face in the future. So when he says he's somebody else, they'll say, "Hang on a moment, but you said you're this person."
Well, I mean, one of the devil's bargains could be that your man Dharma gets in the shit because people, some of the other people there, they think he's not looked at things properly and they call him out on it, and not enough to really mess him up or anything, but they're gonna go, well, you were obviously bribed. Where the fuck's our cut? And unless you get him some cash or something at some point in the future,
Oh, bollocks.
he's going to get beaten up. I mean, that's an idea.
No.
You know.
So not only do I need to do tea for someone, I also need to then get cash for someone to give him a cut. Right, brilliant.
Well, that is if we do Devils.
Yeah, you don't have to take a devil's bargain, and it doesn't have to be that. That's just an example.
All right.
How many dice do you have right now?
3.
I don't think I can push and do a devil's, can I? It's one or the other.
Oh yeah, you have to do one or the other actually, so you can't push and do a devil's
so
bargain.
let's
So
just-
At,
what
at
we
most,
have-
I can get 2 bonus right now.
yeah,
So I'll stick with the stress for now.
okay, cool. So risky,
that's
great effect.
Yeah.
Then you got 2 bonus dice on top of your sway.
And gotta hope for the best.
Oh wow!
Oh my god!
So things go badly. So
Can I just point out there's like 5 ones. Wow.
yeah, this has been the session of ones. Okay.
There you go, James. That's the title of this episode when it goes on YouTube.
Yeah. So yeah,
The one he missed.
we're putting the 1 in week 1.
It's
So-
episode 1. It's
Yeah.
just one.
Yeah, the next episode is only going to be 2s. Yeah. So yeah, so things go badly. So either there's going to be some harm happening out of this. some kind of complication is going to occur, you're going to end up in a desperate position, or you're just going to straight up lose this opportunity. So, I mean, considering it's just trying to convince someone to like, you know, basically let you through without any issues after looking at these documents. Like, so Dharma takes these documents and he's like, looks them over, kind of like, you know, kind of looks Magpie like in the
drawn
eye.
in crayon, yeah, they were drawn in crayon.
Yeah. Yeah, so looks at Magpie and just kind of like, you know, imperceptible nod type thing. But then one of the other bluecoats next to him grabs this and goes, "Wait, what? Wait a second, this ain't right." And he goes up to Peacock, since you're the person who handed it over, and goes, and goes, "Oi, you know, what's this? Says you have 10 crates here, but and he sort of counts the crates on the box. He says, "You got fucking 12 on here. What's the other two? That's not in the manifest."
Someone else jump in who might be able to roll higher than once, all right? Someone else have a go. Someone else who can jump in.
Am I? Wait.
What?
I don't know.
Could they? No. That would be a sway.
I can try to. Yeah.
I mean, I can do it. I can flashback again if you want.
No, I can jump in and try my sway skill.
Yeah. I mean, you could like, I mean, as a good flashback for this situation, maybe one of the flashbacks is like you had a bad feeling that you were going to get caught out, and so you swapped the contents of some of the crates with, like, you know, some
personal items.
Yeah, or like something that like cops might want, you know, like some whiskey or something, and then you go, "Oh yeah, no, these are for you." You know, brought some juice down for the hard-working boys in blue. You know, like stuff like that.
Flashback. I had an affair with him. I can convince him. No.
Or, I mean, at the moment, it's going to you're basically in a sort of a desperate situation where, like, you know, he's clearly in your face. He's expecting an answer. Things are not going to go well if you don't appease him. Dharma's kind of like, you know, I've done my job. I'm not getting involved now.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, but it depends. I guess it depends on what it is you want to do.
Can I summon a ghost as a distraction?
I mean, that might be a little bit obvious in this situation, but yes, the answer is yes. Yeah,
How
it's like,
obvious is it for me? Like, do I have to do some sort of crazy action to summon a ghost that'll make it obvious that I'm summoning a ghost?
well, let's define it. Like, how like, because I mean, if you want to say that, you can basically just like think with your mind, and ghosts will come here. Then that means anyone can do that. Like, do you want to play the game in a world where like anyone can just without notice suddenly summon ghosts? Or do you, like, is that something that sounds interesting to people, or do you want there to be a bit more work involved?
I'd like there to be a bit more work involved, but I was thinking of it as a mental thing, but that perhaps only Whispers have like learnt to do it. Sort of almost as if it takes a type of learned meditation to do it, as it were.
Yeah, I mean, perhaps like if you wear your spirit mask or something, it gives you more of a focus that you can do it. But otherwise, like, just a normal person's not going to be able, an average person's not going to be able to do it.
How obvious would it be that I'm wearing a spirit?
Well, yeah, obvious. Like, I mean, you're wearing a mask, you know. It's like it's. But
I'll just put my hood up and pull the drawstring tight. So
I mean, again, yeah. I mean, it's going to be a
It's just
desperate situation. Basically, it is a desperate situation we're in. So, like, anything you do is going to be like they're watching you closely. They're expecting an answer. So, it's,
A quick question: does it get any worse than desperate?
no, basically. So, however, it can get desperate, and I give you limited or zero effect So you can be desperate and you'll achieve nothing even if you succeed. So
Because I was thinking something that would be maybe a little bit less obvious is that I could maybe tinker up a smoke bomb.
yeah, but you could flashback to say, you prepared one earlier. Here's one I
Yeah.
prepared earlier. You can just blue Peter it. And then
But
And
then,
like booby trap the box,
totally, you can totally
and
do
then there'll be a smoke bomb.
How close to buildings are? How- Are we?
that.
Are we
You're
quite
actually on the, you're actually on the docks at the moment. You're on the little piers that come out.
right? But there wouldn't be buildings too far from here, would there? There'd be like
It's like maybe like a couple of 100 meters away at most.
yeah.
Like,
So potentially, Crow could have set up, made a smoke bomb, and I could have broken in somewhere and planted this smoke bomb to go off at a press of a button or something. And then smoke billows out of a house. They're suddenly distracted by a potential house on fire, and suddenly we can then move those 12 books out of that 12.
Yeah, I mean, you could set off like a bomb or like something that lets off a bunch of noise and sparks and smoke. That's like on a timer, and you just set it up ahead of time so that it would go off now, for example. Yeah, you could do that.
I mean, that would make no sense. I mean, I guess radios don't exist, though, do they? I guess there's no way of like triggering
Yeah,
it.
there is no remote trigger basically,
Yeah.
unless you got a ghost to go trigger it for you.
Yeah, maybe we have a ghost. Maybe a ghost is watching, right? And then they go trigger the bomb.
I mean,
Ghost kamikaze.
yeah. I mean, or a ghost literally just manifests here, like, and starts causing some trouble. You know, I mean, you could have just compelled the
But
ghost.
then they're going to have to call
to come here and do
Ghostbusters. Do you know what I mean?
but that's the thing, is that's what I was saying, is like, can I compel a ghost to cause trouble? But I don't want it to be obvious that
Well, you could have done it in the past.
That's true. I could I could flash
could've-
back to asking a ghost to cause some trouble at this time,
Yeah,
if anything goes wrong.
totally. Yeah. You know, just keep an eye out on things. If it looks like we're getting in trouble, start some trouble. Yeah.
Start yelling.
Compel a little poltergeist.
Yeah.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, so I guess flashback to compelling a ghost friend.
Okay. Cool. So,
I have no idea what I'm doing.
yeah. So, I mean, I guess tell me on how you find a ghost.
So I think either earlier in the day or maybe like a day before, I don't know how long we've been planning this, I've gone to scout out the area with my spirit mask on and a hood, so it's not obvious that I'm wearing the spirit mask unless somebody looks directly at me, just to see if there's anything manifesting in the area. And I don't know, maybe I come across the ghost of a small child who was known for being a little bit rambunctious and messing around, and that
Jeff.
caused him to fall into the docks and drown. Yeah, Jeff.
Yeah.
So he's known for being a little bit of a troublemaker, and his troublemaking got him slipping into the river and drowned. So that's why he's manifesting in that area. And
Yeah. So the ghost is currently hunting for some kind of life essence to sustain it before it goes completely feral, basically.
yeah, and I guess maybe because it's a kid, he's not going to say no to a little bit of causing trouble because he finds it fun.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, perhaps that's what his need is to be a little bastard, basically. It's like,
He's a little poltergeist.
yeah. Sure. Okay. So I guess we'll do a compel to get him to try and enact this little plan of yours.
I have no. How do I roll this? How do I do it?
So you need to attune with the spirit. So it's an attune action.
Okay. And do I
So-
just click the attune button? Does that
Do
do
you
it
have any
automatically?
points in that?
2.
Yeah.
Two
You,
points.
you should definitely have some points in it being a
Yeah.
a
Yes,
whisper.
you click the name attune, press it.
Yeah. I mean, unless there's anything else, and if there's anything else you want to do to try and boost the effect on this, I mean, you could take some devil's bargains. You could set. I mean, perhaps both you and Spooky go there.
Yeah.
It's
Sure.
How do I add an extra dice to that then? Do I just add 1 extra point for the roll and then take it off afterwards? Or?
I think, does it ask you? when
Oh,
you
no,
click
it's
on
I'd
it?
ask you at the end, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, so if
So what position is it?
if Sparrow wants to go with you,
Yeah,
Sparrow
I'll
could
go with you.
yeah, you could spend a stress to assist.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
and then so you'll have an extra dice basically.
What position are we at then?
So this is, I mean, I'd say this is risky. You're dealing with ghosts, so it's,
Okay.
but it's standard effect. I think
Random
it's.
drag, okay. And then 1 bonus dice.
Unless you want to like a devil's bargain or you want to push yourself.
Yeah, I'll push myself. So that would give me 2 bonus dice in total.
Yeah, but you need to spend 2 stress. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
Oh look, someone can roll.
Cool. So you got 5. So yeah, so you get what you want, but there's a consequence.
Okay.
So it's yeah. So you kind of compel the spirits to to kind of obey you, and you tell it what you want it to do. But you've kind of got a feeling that it's probably not really 100% on board, and things aren't going to go well, quite to plan. It's you're dealing with a kid here. It's so
It didn't listen very well.
yeah. So we'll fast forward back to present moment, and yeah, this blue coat's up in your face, Peacock, going, what are you going to tell? What are these extra 2 boxes for? They're not on the manifest. And then you feel suddenly there's as he says that, like the breath out of his mouth suddenly starts to condense in the air, and you can all start to feel like an electrical tingle in the air, and the blue coat sort of turns around, and like on the dock there's this little ghost kid, and
Name yourself, please.
he looks incredibly angry, and he runs at the group of you, and his jaw almost like distends like a snake, and his eyes open wide into like little black pits, and electricity starts arcing out of him, and you're going to take so you're going to basically suffer some harm as like the electricity lashes out, and you get hit by sort of like a spark of electricity, Peacock in this case, and you so let's say like luckily the electricity doesn't hit you directly. It arcs through the guy who was getting in your face, and then comes out of his chest and lashes at you. And so it's a bit reduced damage, but so take a level 1 harm of electrical burns.
Oh, good. Good thing you didn't do what I expected you to do.
You can resist consequences, which I probably should have mentioned earlier, really, given the amount of consequences we dealt with so far. So basically, you can make a resistance roll if you want to resist any consequences. Doing so, you basically roll on the attribute that makes most sense of the situation. And by default, if you're doing a resistance, well, basically you just resist it. You're just successful. Like you don't suffer the consequences, but you suffer 6 stress minus whatever you roll. The highest dice that you roll. Okay. So in theory, you can take 0 stress and be like, just like shrug it off. But also, you could do it incredibly badly and take like 5 stress. So,
you know what? Just because I don't want to be, I want to spice it up. I want to roll to resist.
Yeah, I mean, also someone else could step in to just take the danger for Peacock instead. And basically you can roll either just suffer the consequence yourself in their place, or you can roll to resist.
Is it just Peacock then?
Yeah, it's just Peacock in this case, because we're going back to the original position where it was Peacock's.
Which one would it be? Resolve?
Yeah, Resolve seems like it's the one that makes most sense, since it's kind of dealing with electricity and it's resisting the effects of ghosts. So it's kind of we'll go with the tune. Sort of.
Question: could my character try and interfere with some sort of device, for example? For that,
Flashback. He's made a device just in case it's happened.
Yeah.
There's a lightning rod over there.
Do you know what I suspected? Do you know what I had envisioned that you was going to do, Monty?
What?
2 boxes fall into the river because the ghost pushed them off, and then we'd be able to go. Oh, actually, there's 10 boxes.
It's not the worst possibility I was considering, but I thought, oh, it was a risky one, so I won't go with the worst one I was thinking of.
Oh God.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you can flash back to set something up to help with this resistance roll if you want.
should I roll a tune then?
Yeah, I mean, what is it you're trying to do? Like you tell me what you're doing.
Preparing a device which shields me or anyone from spiritual. I presume this material is volatile that we're shipping, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically if you render down ghosts into like a liquid, that's basically it's like liquid ghosts. So it's like
So some sort of like lightning rod against that defect.
okay. I mean, that kind of sounds like Tinker, that you're crafting something.
I mean, I got more dice than that. I can roll that.
Yeah. Because like a tune is really if you're tuning yourself with it. So like you're using your mind to connect with the ghost field. So yeah, Tinker seems to make more sense. You're setting up a device for this.
Okay.
Do you have anything? I mean, how do you have this device? Like where has this device come from? Do you have a thing in like your load you can use for this?
I could use gadgets for that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so
Would this be then controlled?
yeah, I mean, yeah. Since you're setting this up ahead of time, so when you weren't being affected by ghosts shooting lightning at you, so we'll say yeah, it's a controlled thing. Standard effects like you're just setting up an item, but you can't test it without an actual ghost being here. So it's let's just say standard effect.
Okay, let's see. Oh.
3, 4. Okay, so yeah, on a controlled position, you basically hesitate. You can withdraw and try something else because you think there may be something not quite right with what you're doing, or you can suffer a minor consequence, or you can have reduced effect, or you could potentially suffer some harm. Like you manage to make it, but you accidentally burn yourself slightly or something as you're setting it up.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess, I mean, but we don't really want to invalidate the whole point of this by having it not help Peacock out. So, so let's not go with that as a complication or anything. And perhaps the consequence is though that, sure, it stops ghost energy, but it's also like kind of a bit of a ghost magnet. The reason it absorbs the ghost energy is because it's literally attracting it to it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you may end up having to deal with some ghosts in the future, or the next time you have to deal with a ghost, like if there's another one during this score, it may be worse than it would otherwise be.
Okay,
cool. So yeah, we'll go with that. Okay, so yeah, so you set up this lightning rod in the past, and it's and so you can have an extra dice for that as for your resistance roll, Peacock. If you want to take a resistance roll, I mean, I assume you're taking one. But
Yep.
yeah, cool.
So 1 bonus die.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not going to spend anything else on that.
nice. So 6 minus 4, you take 2 stress. and there are no consequences. You're not burned. Like
Nice.
you just kind of shrug it off. The lightning kind of like hits you, but kind of like bleeds across your chest and gets drawn to this lightning rod. And when shit hits the fan, and suddenly this blue coat is shocked by this ghost, they sort of do a runner for it. They haven't got anything to deal with ghosts. They can kind of, I mean, there's two whispers here, and your whispers. You're always kind of like obviously a little bit whispery unless you're deliberately hiding it up under hoods and cloaks and stuff. I mean, is that what you guys are doing, or are you are you kind of just like stood there as like kind of normal? You've got your spirit masks on, or you're looking a little bit witchy.
But all of us.
No, just the whispers.
Oh.
I guess I'd not have the spirit mask on at least, because I feel like it's a bit too obvious.
Yeah, I wouldn't have mine on at the same time.
Yeah, cool. They don't really notice you're there. They're too busy panicking about the fact that there's a ghost here. So they quickly, Scarpa and the rest of the the docks start quickly clearing out to get away from this angry ghost. And the ghost doesn't attack the rest of you. It basically chases after them after the blue coat's giggling. Like sort of lightning starts shoots out. It's like still coming out of it occasionally.
I'm sort of like just imagining Jack from The Incredibles.
What, like a baby child rather than like?
Well, I wasn't thinking that young, but I'm more thinking like if you've seen, like just him chasing after them, giggling like an idiot with just beams coming out of his eyes.
Yeah, the blue coat that got attacked by the ghost doesn't die, but he sort of clutches his chest and sort of hobbles after them. And as you see him running off, you see that he stumbles, and the ghost closes in on him and starts. You see it start almost ripping the spirit essence out of his back. So it's just like drinking him almost. But you're currently not being paid attention to, so
Yuzefka is just like, it worked.
yeah.
Alright, so we're gonna have to quickly get this stuff moved before they come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, before
Yeah, that's probably
reinforcements.
wise.
Or we get killed by falling masonry or something.
Rocks falls, everyone dies. Yes. Okay. So, I guess your next point of your next thing is to try and get it to the tracks or something to try and get it down to your lair.
We were gonna use one of those tiny carts, right?
Are we?
I feel like that'll be the
yes.
fastest way.
If somebody has set it up, right? Or I have to do a flashback or something. If you want to make that arrangement.
Who would make that arrangement? Who's our talky person?
I would say Peacock.
I mean, anyone could set it up, but I can set it up.
I mean, I got a
Flashback.
point in consort as well. I don't know. Do you want to take it?
Two in concert.
Two, okay.
Flashback it is.
Yeah.
Right. So, earlier in the day,
Yeah.
I went out and approached one of the officers, I guess, of the Railjacks,
Uh-huh.
and asked, as a favour, could they put a cart for us to get the shipment from the boat over to our lair?
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of what's in it for us? Yeah, sure, we can do that.
We will continue
Right,
to
sure.
keep spirits away from Rouse. From the
Well,
train.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's not particularly interested. It's we know how to deal with spirits, So, it's,
Give them a 10% cut from what we get. Like a
So
coin.
if we get 10 gold sale in total, we would then get 4. We give them 1, so we still have 3.
Yeah.
Well, would we rather give money or a favour?
Well, money would be... Okay.
I'd say a favour. We've already given them some money before to make them like us more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I mean, the thing you know about the Railjacks is that they're trying to sort of unionize at the moment, which the council, the city council, are not particularly fond of.
Yeah, they'll need money for that for sure, right?
So, what about we have a word with the council to encourage the union?
That's true. We've got sway with the council because of the magistrate.
Yeah, well,
but we
I
don't
mean-
want to use the magistrate just yet.
yeah, I
don't
mean,
need to yet.
the Railjack. I mean, yeah, the guy says, well, if you can,
Maybe we could...
help us out with that, then that'd be great. But
Maybe we could find some dirt on the people that are particularly opposing it the most.
yeah, that would help. It's
Yeah, we can do that. We can blackmail them to change their view.
yeah, he says, okay, but we better see some results. Like,
All right, another countdown clock.
yeah, yeah, it will be another clock. Basically, it's like where's my union? Yeah,
Right, so I've got to do 2 things then. All right, awesome.
That's kind of Peacock's thing,
Well,
right?
it's for me.
So yeah, I mean, obviously you're making a deal for in the future, so he's not got any obvious kind of guarantees that this is going to happen. So it's going to require like we'll say probably a sway, because you're not like your close friends or anything, or you know each other. So
Yeah.
in this particular case, we'll say it's probably risky standard effects. Like you're on good terms with the Railjacks, so they're not they don't have a reason to think you're going to screw them over. But you're not best buddies or anything, so so it's going to be it's be risky standard effects.
Yep.
We know it's going to go tits up, so
Yeah, is there any... I'm just trying to think if I can... I don't really want to spend any more stress. I'm already up to 5.
Yeah, pushing it already.
Can
you're
anyone
going
assist me in any way?
Is anyone assisting?
Okay, so
Does anyone want to assist?
I want to assist, but I don't know how I can assist.
Like what do the Railjacks want? What does this one guy in particular want? Like, is there any way you persuade him or?
I could potentially help with like basically offering to do I don't know, plant something in someone's house at some point or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it's still kind of I wouldn't say that's necessarily going to change the position, because a lot of it's the whole reason this is kind of a risky standard is that it's the promise that something's going to happen in the future from people that aren't known to be a guaranteed good, trustworthy people. So it's I mean, someone could try and set something up ahead of time. I mean, effectively flashback within the flashback to earlier. But it's
To start the ball rolling on the union becoming a thing, you mean?
Wow.
yeah. I mean, if there was some kind of proof that you had a vested interest yourselves in making the union happen, then he would be probably more likely to trust you to actually go through with it, and not just screw them over. Or if you just do something good, nice with them ahead of time for no reason, and then you come in to collect the favor now, that would be...
Would they
That
be
was-
interested in some advanced tools, maybe?
I mean, the Railjacks have they have access to a reasonable amount of stuff because they go through the lightning barriers every day. They fight off
But it just-
dangerous spirits. So
Would it not be easy just to offer them a 10% a cut, like a gold cut from what we're gonna get?
Yeah, I mean, but if we do it with specifically, you can have this cut towards your union. Not just you can have some of the money, it's you can have some of the money towards this unionization that you're working so hard for.
we'll fund
Sort
the
of-
unionization.
Yeah, just sort of, that sounds a little bit more than just here, have some money.
Yeah, I mean, if you take that approach with them, it's still going to be risky, but it's probably still risky standard effect. But I'll be a little bit less aggressive about consequences if it doesn't go badly.
As long as it's not ones again.
Yeah, just try not to get
Jay
all
Wall
the
down.
ones.
Should we take a break and then we'll see what Jay will ends up with, and then we can see how bad it goes. Yeah,
Yeah,
Then we have,
we'll see how many.
Hey guys.
We'll see how many ones you get.
Yeah. Yeah, is everyone cool with that?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
And we're back. We're back with our third part of our Blades in the Dark game. And yeah, we're all hot and bothered, I think.
Tune into us rolling more ones than we count.
Please no.
It's a very one-sided show.
Damn, James, you're hilarious.
I think I am.
James will not be joining us next week. He's
I'm-
been
I'm allowed to do dad. I'm old enough to be a dad. I'm allowed to do dad jokes.
Okay, Daddy.
So you're saying you're a one-trick pony?
James.
So,
How do we get back from that?
with more ones.
Sweet.
Come on. Let's
is this how I sway the Railjack? I call him Daddy.
Yeah. Okay, we're now in a desperate situation. Who's desperate and what they're desperate for? We'll get to that later. But
Both.
so okay, so yeah, it was risky standard for swaying this guy to go along with this. Oh yeah, sure, we'll help the union. Like promise of future payoffs in exchange for a rail car, the rail trolley.
Mm-hmm.
So, how could I get it to controlled?
The best way is to involve some teamwork and have someone set up things such that this person is more inclined to believe you.
I could have some documents on me that would be.
Oh, because they went well. They went well last time, didn't they? Those documents. Drawn in crayon.
This one is in fine ink.
Invisible
Nice.
ink.
Yeah. It looks a piece of paper like, what's this?
Yeah, you could. So, what kind of documents do you have?
Yeah. Okay. So I'll check it then on my load. So I've got them. So the documents are proof of dealings between one of the council members that is against the union, in that he is actively. What could he be actively doing?
Prostitution.
I mean, that's probably not
I think
particularly uncommon, really. But
That's
it's
probably like a slap on the wrist.
Right. Embezzling.
yeah, I mean, it could be that he's he's diverting council funds to his own personal stash, or it could be that he's involved in a cult that the council would otherwise frown upon. Or
Let's go with that.
yeah.
He's involved in a cult.
Oh, could we have a ghost get summoned?
Another one.
For what purpose?
So that the ghost is seen with this council member.
He consorts with ghosts.
Yeah.
I mean, which is
Prostitution
generally
with ghosts. There we go.
Nice. Nice side business.
Getting the ectoplasm everywhere.
Ugh.
Jay will no.
Gets
Yeah,
everywhere.
Monty's even shaking his head. He's like, no.
Just no.
We're not doing that.
Yes.
No, yeah,
I
okay.
mean, I could probably summon a ghost.
What? So do you want a flashback inside the flashback to you setting up this guy to be seen with a ghost?
So where do my documents come into this now?
Yeah, I mean the document could be a photo, like it's a good old sort of Victorian style black and white
Old-fashioned
photo. Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
like spirit photography. Yeah,
Yeah.
captured
Yeah, we
this
could do
guy
that.
with a ghost. Yeah. Okay, so what? So we're flashing back again in the flashback.
Yeah.
It's
And if,
Inception.
it doesn't go well, we'll flash back within that
Yeah.
flashback.
Where Inception, we got to go deeper. Okay, cool. So, okay, so flashback again to you. So, this target, who is he or she? Some relatively low level. I mean, I don't think you're going to have access, like not easily, to some kind of without basically running an entire separate score to get access to them. To like a high up person, but maybe some kind of clerk or something that
Yeah, maybe we can just-
works in the office that deals with papers for unionization and stuff.
Yeah, well, maybe you can just find her somewhere, like doing her errands or something like that, and I will summon a ghost to kind of like stalk closely behind her. She doesn't even have to like know it's there. It's just
Yeah. So
kind of-
you're going to try and summon a ghost and get it to look like it's
Yeah.
walking casually along with this person and not
Yeah.
stalking them, and also not have this person notice that you get freaked out that they'll be followed by a ghost and run. So,
yeah, basically.
okay, so this sounds pretty desperate, and
Yeah.
it's probably fairly limited effect, really. I mean, ghosts have they make the areas cold. They're dangerous, scary things. Even if this clerk doesn't see them, anyone else on the street might be going, "Run, there's a ghost!" So
As long as they're not in the picture.
yeah, so I would say it's probably a pretty desperate situation, because if this goes wrong, it could go really badly wrong, and
Yeah.
you've it's fairly limited effect. I don't really think you're going to be able to pull off something particularly effective with it. But I mean, I guess we'll see.
We should have a load of straws or something.
Does anyone want to help me with this?
I could take the photograph and try to,
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
try
you
to
can,
put it in a good light.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you could assist with that. You managed to borrow a like a camera and set it up. You know how to tinker these things, so
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, so you could spend some stress to give her one dice assist on this.
Sure.
In terms of, or you could use, in fact, you could use it as a setup instead. So you set up the camera ahead of time, like ready, like with your tinkering skills to kind of go off at an opportune moment, and instead of adding a dice, we'll improve the effect level to standard effect.
With the dices tonight, I want to say an extra dice. What do you say, Spooky?
Yeah, extra dice will be fine.
Yeah, I'll spend the stress for an extra dice.
Okay, cool. So you have extra dice, but it's still going to be limited effect, still desperate.
What does limited effect mean?
Basically, it's pretty much what it says on the tin. Like how much effect you'll get from actually doing this is limited. So, like you're not going to necessarily get some amazing picture out of it. You'll probably get something that's probably looks like some ghost is following her, but you might be able to sell that as this person deals with ghosts, or like the ghosts chase off, ghosts are out to get them, or maybe pass it off as we can send ghosts to go get them. And it's like, here's proof of us sending a ghost to get someone. But you can try and spin it, but it's not really going to look like what it is you want it to look like, which is this person's chumming up with ghosts.
Yeah. Right, should I roll then?
Yep, sure. Yeah, give me a roll. Okay, so it's a desperate. So yeah, sure, you do it. You manage to get what you wanted, but it's only a limited effect, so it still looks like it doesn't really look like they're chumming up with ghosts. But you got a picture of clerk and ghost in the same photo. However, there is a consequence, and it's quite a serious complication occurs because, well, it's either a serious complication occurs or. But no, I can't really reduce the effect any further because otherwise it wouldn't happen, which negates the success. So, yeah, serious complication is going to occur, which is you are spotted doing this, and the this clerk, sees you summoning a ghost, presumably to like attack her for some reason, and she flees. Like you managed to get the photo, but she knows your face, and she works for the council, and this is going to affect your standing with the council. Your faction status is going to go down to +1. So, you basically you've fucked off these guys. Like the magistrate's not going to be able to like sugarcoat this. It's like,
that sucks.
But you've got the evidence that you wanted to use to show
This
what it is you can
flashback.
do.
In this flashback.
Yeah. So now we fast forward from this flashback to the previous flashback, which is where you were trying to convince the Whalejacks that this Whalejack officer that you're on side. You can help him out. So you got this photo of a clerk that works in the city council offices, being terrified by some ghost. So, how do you want to spin this?
Go, Peacock, go.
We believe in you. We don't believe in the dice rolls, but we believe in you.
Yeah.
You can roll some sixes.
Okay, so. Do you want me to explain it then roll, or roll then explain?
You should probably explain it because that will decide whether or not we're going to be changing the position. Yeah. So.
Yeah, if it's still risky or not. If we just pissed off the council for no reason. Okay, so the clerk, as you can see pictured here, is seen with a ghost in an alleyway. Is that safe to say an
Yeah.
alleyway?
Yeah. We'll say it's an alleyway. Yeah.
Yeah. And it turns out this is one of the people in council who's opposing your union. And their own vice is to cause terror upon themselves.
Jeez. It's to frighten themselves with
It is-
ghosts.
They are massive.
I mean, you did get a heck of an adrenaline rush.
It really gets their blood pumping, and I
mean,
don't think
that's-
the council would appreciate it if that got out.
That's taking sort of like danger rank to the extreme. Sort of like it's like Jesus.
Did you
I
say
can show
danger wank?
Yeah.
Hashtag danger wank.
It's a nice
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
That is the alias they have. Yes.
Yeah.
Just screaming whilst going at it.
Great. Nice.
I'm crying.
Yeah.
Crying tears of fear.
Right. Okay. So I would say that you probably changed this to desperate because
Yeah.
that seems like particularly far fetched. But tell you, yeah. I mean, I'd say that's pretty. Yeah, if that's the story you're going to go with, I'd say that's probably desperate.
Are you really going with that story, Joel?
I'm making it worse.
Yeah, you're making it worse. I'd say that's definitely a desperate story to be going with. That here's some dirt on this person. It's because they're basically doing like autoerotic yeah, like hauntings of themselves. So,
Haunting.
it's,
See, I'm a little bit concerned about my roleplay journey with you guys. First, there's dance offs. Now there's autoerotic hauntings. Where's it going to go next?
I prefer the term danger wank, actually.
Yeah, danger wank. That is hashtag.
It's only gonna go far from here.
however, like if you manage to get him to believe this, I mean, this is some pretty like filthy, weird, dangerous stuff. So I mean, so I'll say it's great effect because he'll be like, I can really use this. This is like some fucked up shit. Yes. Like, we can really use this for some blackmail purposes. So if you want to go desperate, great effect with this story, sure.
Yes.
Okay, let's go for it.
And does anyone have any devil's bargains to suggest?
I got nothing.
Let's see. Well, I mean, one of the obvious devil's bargains is this isn't the case, and he finds out, and you managed to piss off the Whalejacks faction as as
No.
later on, at some point,
Oh,
then
God.
like you
Not
will
them
lose
too.
a faction status with the Whalejacks. The other one, I mean, the other consequence could be that, sure, he buys it, and he goes to blackmail them, and they're like, what the hell are you even talking about? And obviously he knows that you basically just bullshitted him, which again is kind of like a negative faction thing, but we'll just count it specifically for him, and this officer is going to come gunning for you personally.
Need a name for an officer.
Seems like this would be a good time for a name.
How high
So
up is he in the chain?
Michael Billgate. Don't know why that came to
The Fat
mind.
Controller. That's his name.
Let's
No, is he a train bike?
He's not fat. and
go
he's
with
not
foxes.
I say like he's Arvis Colburn.
Oh, I like it. Colburn. Yeah, I like it. Oh,
And does anyone want to assist me?
How would we do that?
Yeah,
No
how
more
would in what
ghosts. No more ghosts.
Adding ghosts to the situation hasn't
I'll add
really
some-
helped.
The Whalejacks don't want the ghosts anywhere near it anyway.
I mean, I guess I could assist you with some consort. His consort says you can consort with connections from heritage background friends or rivals. One of my rivals is a ghost. So I could say, yeah, I know a ghost needs totally done this.
Right, so I mean, you're not really consorting like with a connection directly, though. You're not consorting with
No.
that ghost, so it's it would be more of a sway. But
Okay. I haven't got anything in sway, so that wouldn't be
Yeah.
helpful.
I mean,
I
you
have a
not being
point
good
in-
at it doesn't matter. You can still assist, but you can still spend the stress to give an extra die.
I mean, yeah, I'm happy to spend an extra stress to assist.
Yeah, just sort of like what are you doing? You just kind of like backing him up and go, yeah, this.
Yeah.
I've seen it
Yeah.
with my own eyes.
Yeah.
It's some
legit.
crazy shit.
It's gross.
I think I actually threw up in my mouth when I saw it.
wow.
It's like when you see an accident, you don't want to look, but you can't tear your eyes away.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I'll spend a stress
yeah.
to support him.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, the Whalejacks, like, since they deal with like destroying ghosts and fighting them off on the trains like every day, like they've seen some horrendous stuff out there. So to even think that this is a possibility is like there's someone who would do this for like sexual gratification. It's just like it like doesn't just doesn't even.
We've
compute.
got a phrase, Monty. We've got a
Yeah.
phrase.
Yeah, like anyone like doing a spectral danger eye phase.
Whee!
Yeah, we did it.
That has to be the name now.
That's just going to be a thing, isn't it?
So
Okay, so if I take the devil's bargain, then no matter what, though, he's going to be pissed off, isn't he?
Basically, yeah. We're say like you will have made an enemy of this guy. Maybe not the Whalejacks in total.
How high up is he?
Well, you said he was an officer, so we've established that. So
Wait, didn't you say that assisting doesn't go with Devil's Bargain?
You can do assist, just not pushing yourself,
yeah, you can't push yourself at the same time.
which I wouldn't do anyway because I'd
Yeah.
probably inflict trauma upon myself.
You can take your trauma, fine. Yeah, just do it on the
Okay,
first
yeah.
session. What's wrong with that?
I'm very close.
Traumas
Okay,
mean
so-
you get XP easier, so
I would, yeah, I'll get the assist. So that's 1 stress from Meredith. I
Yeah,
will
well,
take
yeah.
the devil's bargain and piss off this one officer.
yeah, you've made a proper enemy of him in the future.
So I get 2
Yeah.
bonus die. Let's
Cool.
see. Let's see, 3 ones.
A
You
six.
got a 6.
Oh my
you got a
fucking
6.
god!
You actually managed to sell the story.
Oh my god!
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
And that was the
And-
third dice, that's the one that pisses him off. But you know, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Tomorrow
it's-
in the
yeah.
newspapers, a new trend: Danger Wank is taking over Duskwall.
Yeah, so it's great effect. So not only do you get what you want, you get something a bit extra. So so he sorts you out with the so he says like there'll be a rail trolley where you need it. And we'll sort the tracks out as well so that you've got a clean path out of the rail yard. You know, you're not gonna hit any stumbling blocks or any bent out shape rails or anything. Yeah, we got you for this. And he takes the photo and he goes, the union thanks you. So it's like so now we get back to present moment, and
Finally.
finally, spending all this time in the past, and you go to where the you're told the rail trolley was going to be, and it's you managed to haul the
12 boxes.
the 12 boxes you've got,
Not 10.
and not 10, no. Yeah, that wasn't on the manifest. And start loading them up. It's all easy enough. But then you notice that there's an issue. There's some kind of issue happening with the some of the crates. Looks like the spirit essences are starting to become a little bit volatile.
Oh,
That lightning rod, that looks like it's like some prolonged exposure. So this lightning rod starting to draw the essences out of their stoppered containers, and you think you might lose if you're not quick. You might lose some. You're going to have to. Don't know whether. I mean, you're not quite sure what the solution is. Maybe you're going to have to attune with the spirit essence and try and keep it in the bottles. Maybe it's just destroy the lightning rod and hope for the best. But if you don't act now, you're potentially losing as much as half your cargo.
oh.
Why?
That minor complication comes back to haunt you, literally.
Me and Fox could probably do something about that.
Cool. Yeah. So, well, basically, you're gonna lose two of those crates straight up, unless you want to resist it. And then you can roll a tune for the rest.
Okay.
So you can roll a resist. Someone can roll a resistance roll for the group to try and resist the consequence of basically this complication from earlier, or you can just let two boxes go puff and focus your efforts on keeping the others safe.
I'd like to roll to resist this.
Okay, cool. So we'll say this probably comes under resolve because it's like an attune type thing again. Or since it's you created a lightning rod, you could roll on the insight instead, since we're going with your tinker.
Okay, well, let's say that in the first moment I'm going to try and fix the lightning rod, and if it goes wrong, then you can try and save the rest.
Okay,
is
cool.
this?
I mean, your insight and resolve are the same, so it's
What position is this?
so this is. I mean, it's not really a position because it's just a resistance roll. So, yeah, like if you decide you're going to resist it, you just resist it. It's successful. So
Okay, because it's the machine's automatically asking me to get something.
oh well, in that case, we'll just say risky standard.
Okay. Oh.
Oh,
No.
The return of the
Okay.
ones.
what's the, is a free? Is free is bad? What's
Three,
the roll?
one
Everybody goes
to
with the
3 is
lowest.
bad. It's
Okay.
the worst. It's the worst, basically.
Awesome.
Okay, so things go badly. So you
So
can,
don't
Extra
resist it.
great.
yeah.
Well, if it was a resist, is that to take damage, or is that to stop the effect?
Well, the resisting thing is that you do succeed. Like, so I mean, it doesn't really make sense to do position or whatnot. Oh, I see. You rolled tinker. No, yeah. Just roll resolve or insight.
Oh.
So we could assume that's probably supposed to be free damage reduction, if anything.
Yeah, if that was going to be a roll for, I think you've got. Oh wow.
Oh my goodness.
I'd suggest we stick with the tinker one.
Yeah, but we'll stick with the tinker one since you had the same number of dice. So that means you got 3, which means you take 6 minus 3 stress. So you take 3 stress in total.
Yeah.
I feel like Roll20 hates us today.
Yeah, it's really got it in for you guys.
Roll 20, they might roll 1.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Because we're not using D20s, it throws it off.
Okay, so, but you succeed. You resist the consequence, so you fixed the lightning rods. The those 2 crates seem to stabilize a bit, but overall, you've got to, you've got to get them to your lair without anything like them exploding. They seem like they're a bit unstable. So we'll say that like single roll to get in there. We'll say it's risky standard effect.
Risky.
If anyone wants to do
is Fox
anything.
doing it too, or?
Yeah, I mean you can assist if you want to spend some stress.
Yeah, I'll assist.
Cool.
Okay.
So yeah, this will be in a tune roll if you're going to try to tune
Yeah.
with them, to stabilize the essence. Nice. Okay. So you do it, but as a consequence. So, how do you feel about going with reduced effect? So yeah, you stabilize them, but they're going to be a little bit unstable, like forever. Like you're going to have to offload these things reasonably soon, otherwise they're basically going to just either dissipate or detonate or something. These spirit essences seem to have been a little bit energized by all the activity of the ghosts and this lightning rod and everything else. So it's
Yeah, I think it would be best to go with reduced.
cool. Yeah. So you stabilize them enough to get to your lair. You sort that out, and the next problem to solve is offloading them before they basically denature or explode.
Oh god.
Yeah.
That'll be something. How are we gonna make our money back when they explode?
Well, hopefully we'll sell them by then, and we won't have to worry about it.
Okay.
And then just
So
exploding your customers.
That's all right. It's not our problem then,
Nice Yelp reviews you'll get.
No returning customers.
because they will be dead. Oh, but then we'll have memories that we can use. It's been exploded.
yeah, blow them up with a spirit essence. Take their spirit essence. Make some more. It's recycling at its best. So, okay, so we've basically done the score. basically finished. So
That was hard.
yeah.
I didn't do anything. I couldn't figure out what to do. There, I couldn't figure out like what I could have done for my skill set that could have helped. I just couldn't think of anything.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess you know what your specialties are. You know your theme. So potentially stealing evidence against people. You know, that could have been a thing that you could have done in like one of the flashbacks or something. Like leveraging your contacts in some way. I mean, you've got that beggar. Sure, she doesn't like you, but maybe you could have reached out to beggar for something.
I could have used that to kick something off in the fucking marketplace rather than the ghost thing.
Yeah. Like, it's just playing with the ingredients you have, and plus, also, you don't have to do anything that's even related to you. Like, I mean, like, oh yeah, I'm a thief, but sure, I'll just try like chatting this person up, or I'll try intimidating this person. Sure, you may not have any skills at it, but you can still try it. You're not, just because you don't have any points in something doesn't mean you're completely incompetent. It just means that you're not like guaranteed to be successful. Like, or you don't have a good chance of being successful at it. But like, I mean, on any dice roll, it's 1 to 3 is a failure, and 4 and above is success. It's just that 4 to 5 is success with a consequence. So you've got 50-50 chance of succeeding, even on 1 dice. So, so don't be afraid to try things. I mean, maybe given the dice rolls we've had so far, you should probably be afraid. But it's, but generally, don't be afraid to try things. So I guess now that we've basically completed the score, we'll do the payoff, which is the first sort of post-score bit. So so your crew are going to earn 2 reputation. So we'll mark that down. Where's the rep? Yeah, there we go. So yeah, you get 2 reputation. If the target of the score was a higher tier, then we'll take +1 rep per tier higher. I mean, I guess the target was kind of the blue coats. You're trying to get it past them, right? So the tier of the blue coats,
they're level 3, aren't they?
Is level 3. Yeah, so having an extra 3 rep. Nice. Since you're 0. So yeah, I mean, it was high risk. I mean, you stressed yourselves out a lot, and got into some pretty bad scrapes. Like nobody took harm in the end, I think, because you all resisted it. But it could have ended really badly. So I mean, that's what you get when you're going against higher tier stuff. But you did all right. So you also earn. I mean, normally you would earn some coin based on the nature of the operation. But considering the operation is just moving stuff, and you don't have a payoff at the end of it, your payoff is go and sell this stuff and get some money. Like, you're not going to get any coin out at the end of this. So the next step is to figure out how much heat you took on this. So let's see. So you add +1 heat for a high profile or well connected target. I don't think that was the case, really. +1 heat if the situation happened on hostile turf. If anything, it happened on semi-friendly turf because it was kind of on the railjack area. So, yeah. So I think you're okay with that. You're not at war with anyone at the moment, so you don't have to take any heat from that. Nobody got killed, so don't have to take any heat from that. So, was it smooth and quiet with low exposure? I would. No, not at all. Was it contained with standard exposure? If it wasn't for the ghost literally making everyone flee the docks, sure. But I think that pretty much kicked it up into loud and chaotic high exposure. Unless, I mean, or would you say it was wide? I mean, I wouldn't say it was devastating exposure. It's not like, you went around like, everyone saw all of your faces and you were,
yeah.
yeah. but yeah, it went pretty badly, like in terms of like keeping things on the down low. So we'll say that your heat was 4, but yeah, luckily you didn't manage to do anything else. That
We did coin a new phrase though.
yeah, yeah. So next up, it's the entanglements.
Is this where I've got to invite the guy around for tea?
Not, I mean, potentially could lead to that, but no, we basically just see what's going to happen as the result of the heat
Right.
on your crew. So since you've got 4, we'll be rolling on the 4 to 5 table. So, and your wanted level is currently 0. Nobody knows who you are. Nobody cares about you. So you know your new crew on the block. So you haven't really made a name for yourselves yet. So so you'll be rolling effectively a fortune dice, but with 0 dice.
So that's 2 dice and pick the lowest.
And,
Yeah.
pick
Awesome.
the worst one.
That's gonna be
That's
too
gonna
long
go.
then.
That's gonna go well.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, that's actually good for you because you want a lower value.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, well, if you get 6 on this,
Yeah.
I will tell you now bad things are going to happen.
Okay.
So,
So,
okay.
okay. J-Wall, you've been rolling really badly. Do you want to roll? Or should I roll? Do you want me to roll?
yeah, this is where you get double 6.
Yeah.
No, it's a show of force, isn't it?
Yeah, a show of force basically means that one of the people you got negatives with.
Is this the crew? Yeah. Is this on the crew
Yeah.
that we're rolling on? Do you want me to do it, guys?
Yeah, do a fortune roll.
Is it
on
roll
the crew.
engage?
No,
Well,
do fortune. Do a roll fortune roll.
fortune roll. All right. Number of dice. What do I do? Put 2.
You should put 0 dice in.
All right. Submit. Notes. Notes.
Don't need any notes. I think it's fine.
What?
Oh my god!
Are you
I was
serious?
joking that you would get double 6, and
Oh,
you actually
fuck
got
me.
double 6.
Fuck me.
Wait, is that not okay?
No, that's
Not in
really
this
bad.
case.
Oh, is it?
So, you've guaranteed that there's going to be a show of force. Like the people you've pissed off, the factions that you've annoyed, are
Does
I'm
that count
not-
as
Are you
a complaint?
serious?
in this case it does, yeah.
Oh my
So-
fucking god. Jay, well, why don't you roll it? You bastard, you made me roll it.
You wanted to rush into it.
I did. Rushing into it, yeah.
Just for future reference, in the future, can we flash back the entanglements?
No.
Okay.
The entanglements happen. You can then do stuff to try and deal with them or mitigate them afterwards, but it's too late. They've been established that this is what's happening.
Yeah.
So
2 6s.
when were they earlier?
We had like 1/6 this whole evening and then this.
Yeah, just when you don't need it. Yeah. Okay, so the factions you've annoyed are the crows,
Because of the
The-
name.
Oh, it's only the bloody
Yeah.
crows.
the foghounds, because you've basically been stamping all over their turf, and the spirit wardens. And I mean, given you've just taken a large shipment of spirit essences,
Don't say it.
they're basically going to do a raid on you guys, and you don't have any holdings at the moment. You don't have any turf. You don't have any special like anything yet because you're literally brand new out of the gate. So, like, you have a pretty strong hold on where you're based. Like at the moment, you know, you've established yourselves as like, you know, we're here. We're going to be doing we're going to be, you know, doing some crimes. We're going to be setting ourselves up. You know, we're a real gang now. But you're going to get knocked down a peg, down to weak hold on your tier 0.
Right.
And because you get back to your you're going to get back to your lair, and when you you manage to not get captured by the spirit wardens, but you have to flee, and they smash. Well, they basically take your spirit essences, that you managed to smuggle.
Did
But
the
luckily,
fact that we had a secure layer do anything?
yeah, actually, let's say since you're secure, you managed to stash some. Like, you know, you put a couple in, you put some in your like secure stash area, like your. I mean, you don't have a vault yet, but you have some couple of like secure hidey holes. You managed to hide some, so you've got maybe like 2 crates, but they managed to take the rest. But the rest of them you couldn't fit in the hiding area. It's only a rail car after all, so they managed to steal the rest. So you're in a bad position. Yeah. It's like people know also, like obviously, like the word goes out that the Spirit Wardens came down on the new gang in town hard, and the gang didn't really show them any resistance at all. You know, you guys have been knocked down a peg. You've lost a bit of rep. People know that you're a bit vulnerable now, but you're alive. You got your stuff. You stashed it. You went out to celebrate the first score you got. You came back and you found your place like smashed up. Like a couple of Spirit Essence bottles have been broken. Like your cart of stuff had been just taken away. It's just gone. So you've probably got about 2 coins worth of Spirit Essence to sell, unless you can somehow turn that into 10 coin.
Well, shit.
And Ulf is expecting his payment at some point, and his cut of 60%.
So I'm gonna have to just break in, and I'm just gonna have to steal shit, ain't I? I'm just gonna have to steal shit to try and we're gonna have to go stealing a load of shit and try and get some money back.
Yeah. Things ended badly for you guys.
Well,
however,
it ended up badly. It didn't start particularly well, neither. So it started badly,
And the middle part was also bad.
yeah. So it's a bad.
The danger wank worked.
Yeah, the danger one.
Bad.
That was the highlight.
That was the highlight of this this mission.
Okay.
That was the highlight.
Yeah. Wait. So now it's downtime. So in between scores, I mean, obviously it's ended on a bit of a down note. You can do 2 downtime activities, each of you.
Mm-hmm.
So you can also perform additional activities if you wish by spending coin or rep. Since you don't have any coin, you could spend some of your reputation to basically try and do another action.
So can I? So on this downtime, could I? Well, how long does downtime take?
I mean, it depends on how much we want to play out of it.
Well,
but
because I'll have that tea, invite him round for tea.
Right, yeah. So that's more of a free play thing. So we'll do that. We'll do that a bit later.
Okay.
But if you wanted to, you could work on a long-term project to basically kind of keep Ulf distracted, so that he doesn't want to go to tea. So he's too busy to basically keep his clock low, so it doesn't count up. If you wanted to do that,
could I not just invite him to tea and have that clock end?
Yeah, I mean, we can do it that way. So you can work on a long-term project, which is literally invite him to have tea with Ulf,
yeah,
and the family, and yeah, okay. So like basically, we'll change the clock so that it's just have a nice tea with Ulf.
Try to not get murdered.
Emphasis on
Try
nice.
try not to get you and your family murdered by Ulf. And there's one segment's already filled. So basically fill it, and it's only a 4 clock, so you've got to fill another 3 segments. So if we start off with you, so one of your downtimes is long-term project, so you get to roll a trait that you think is relevant to the situation.
Oh shit!
So
I guess.
and then you basically mark a segment on the clock per level. So I mean, sway probably makes most sense here.
Yeah. All right. I'll do a sway roll then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. How risky is it? Surely it's controlled. Surely it's not.
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
not-
I'd say it's controlled. It's like he's just expecting to meet your family. It's like he's not being aggressive about this necessarily, but he wants to have closer ties with like other Scotlands in the community, basically. And also, he kind of wants to. I mean, he definitely kind of wants to make it known that I know where your family live. That, like, you know, I can make things good for you, but I can also hurt you and your family. So it's like, so.
Because I'm just going to move them once that happens.
Yeah. So yeah, you can. We say it's controlled standard affairs. Yeah.
Standard. I don't get any bonus dice to this, do I?
No. Unless you want to push yourself and being extra nice, making nice with
Bake him a cake.
Elf.
How do you get stressed back?
Well, that's one of the other things you do in downtime is that you can indulge your vice.
Right. All right. I'm gonna stress out, and I'm gonna get a bonus dice, please.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you're going to push yourself to properly like kiss ass, butter him up.
Oh.
5 and 5, nice.
Good.
No way.
So that marks the clock 2 segments. So there's still room for things to go badly, but I'll change the clock to Ulf enjoys tea. Okay, yeah. So yeah, you have you have him round for tea. He sits with your parents, talk like exchanges like old stories about what it was back like in Scotland.
They were farmers, so they're probably talking a bit like the West Country or whatever accent that farmers would speak in.
When I were a
a
lad,
Yeah, exactly. Wow, combine harvester.
we got a brand new combine harvester.
Yeah. So sort of congratulates them on how their boys stepping up in the world, helping his fellow Scotlanders, that type of thing. And you kind of get some looks from your parents as this like this hulking brute is like basically saying that you're working for him. Like how did they react to that? Like I mean, did they look worried? Did they
I
look
probably would have
proud?
explained. I
Yeah.
probably would have explained to them like this guy is a bit intense. Before it's a flashback within this thing. I would have explained to them that this guy's a bit intense, and we're just trying to keep him happy.
Yeah, I mean they've almost certainly heard of him too, so they kind of know him by reputation.
What would they think? They'd probably just a nervous laugh or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that. Okay, yeah, they're sort of like being like polite, like almost overly polite, where they're trying not to offend anyone and like or get into cause anything to escalate. Yeah, cool. So yeah, it's gone okay. Like, but he'll probably want to meet with you again, basically, because we haven't filled the clock yet. Right, so we might as well do your second downtime action. Which so what do you want to do? Do you want to indulge your vice?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so the way you do that is that you visit the purveyor of your vice.
I just did.
And-
I just had tea with them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, your obligation is that actually, isn't it? So we can double whammy this. Is I mean it's still 2 downtime actions, but it's your obligation is like protecting him, and then like after he leaves, you're like looking after them and making sure they're okay and stuff like that. So you roll dice equal to your lowest attribute. So
1.
okay, yeah. So attribute in this case is like either like resolve. I forget what they're called now.
Prowess,
Brain's gone blank. Yeah, insight, prowess to resolve. So the lowest one of those.
All right. How would I know what's lowest?
Basically, it's the number of dots you have in the first column for each section.
All right. So my insight would be the lowest. 'Cause I've only got 1 dot in insight.
Okay, cool. So you roll 1 dice, and then you clear stress equal to the highest dice result. But
I've got a 6.
Do you? How many stress do you have? Is it 6?
2. Yeah, 6.
You have 6 stress.
Yeah.
That you've used up currently.
Yeah.
Well, that's perfect then, because that takes you down to 0. Because there's a consequence that happens if you reduce more stress than what you actually have used. And that basically you overindulge on your vice and effectively go on a bender. I mean, in terms of like in terms of obligation, you're I guess overindulging for you is like taking your parents on holiday or something. Yeah, like staying
No
with
money.
Yeah,
No money.
or staying with your parents.
We
and,
go.
like, looking after them,
We go look at the ill farms. That's our holiday.
Basically, yeah.
Just down
like,
the road.
Yeah, like you basically you spend your whole time like cooking and cleaning for them and looking after them. That would be you overindulging, I guess. Like but luckily you don't have to do that, so you're fine. Cool, and you're nice crisp 0 stress. Okay, so
should we take a break and then come back and do the final bits and then get everyone else sorted out?
yeah, we've given one example of downtime, so we'll go through the rest of us and get downtime out of the way after the break, I guess.
All right.
Sure.
All right, we will be back shortly. All right, and we're back on our final hour. If we're doing an hour, I don't know how much longer we've got left. But yeah, people need to sort out their final bits. So, Monty, take us away.
Okay, so let's see. So we've done your downtime, so let's go to Fox next. So, wait, your downtime actions. What do you want to do?
Well, I've got 4 stress, but I feel like I don't want to risk indulging my vice.
Yeah, it just means you only have 2 slots for stress next score. So,
Really? Because it looks
think
like I've
it
got
is.
5 more.
oh, it might be 5 more. I can't remember how it works.
We've
now.
got
Yeah,
9 in total, and then it goes to
Is
4.
it 9? Oh, excellent. Yeah. No.
So
Cool.
I
Yeah.
think I'd be okay to leave it for now.
Yeah, you've got 2 more before you're guaranteed to be able to reduce stress, like to be able to indulge your vice and not go over. So
Yeah. Oh, I don't really know if there's anything else I want to do.
So you could work on a long-term project. For example, you as a crew wanted to develop this memory drug.
Yeah.
So we could say start a clock on the initial research for like how would you even make this?
Yeah,
Like-
I mean, me as the professor as well, I could be studying the effect of consuming electroplasm or something.
Yeah, I mean you could be studying spirit essence, for example. I mean you haven't got a lot of it left, but perhaps since you probably haven't got enough to sell for a lot of money now, it might be more profitable to use it to try and further your research.
Yeah.
I thought that, yeah.
Yeah, I
So-
guess I'll do that then. I'll work
Okay,
on
cool.
studying. Because, I mean, it's my character's area of expertise, so...
Cool. So we'll start a clock then. We'll say it's an 8 o'clock. This clock's along, so a bit more space. And so it's basically research spirit essence, isn't it? So
Yep.
a sort of effect, really, isn't it? Okay, cool. So to figure out how well you do on this, you basically pick a trait that you think is appropriate to how you're going to advance this clock.
Well, I think study is kind of the obvious one.
That totally makes sense. Yeah, so you're going to get down in the library and dig through all of the books and the occults.
Yeah. I guess what I could do is push myself with the studying as well, and then indulge my vice afterwards.
Yes. Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah. Okay. So So do I just roll study?
Yeah, give me a study roll.
What position would it be?
I mean, it doesn't really matter in this case, so we'll just say risky standards as a default.
Okay. And then it's one bonus dice from pushing myself, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
Nice. You got a 6. So that means you can advance the clock by 3 segments.
Lovely.
Cool. And what, you're going to indulge your voice now, are you?
Yes. I'm guessing that's 0 for bonus dice.
Yeah, you roll dice equal to your lowest attribute. So for you, you have, there'll be 1 because your prowess only has 1 dot in it. So.
Okay.
There is a button for indulge vice as well.
Oh yeah, there is, isn't there? Yeah. Yeah, that'll just work out automatically, won't it? Cool. So you got 6, and you bumped your stress up to 6, so you're down on
0 again.
Where were these rolls earlier?
Yeah.
Hey, I rolled decently earlier.
Yeah, you're good at dealing with the aftermath, just not so much good. You're not great at dealing just with the now.
We just don't. We literally don't deal well with stress.
No. Cool. So that's you done.
Yeah, I think that's me.
And then once we've done all the downtimes, we'll go back round and just mark up any XP and stuff like that. Okay, so next up we have Bloodcrow. So
what I'm interested in is with this drug we're making. So we got Raven studying a way to do it. If I try to make equipment to make it, would that be a separate clock?
I mean, I guess it depends. Like, we could use it. You could do a separate clock for like making like spirit essence, refining equipment, like jerry rigging your own stuff, which which will be used later on when you figure out what it is you want to do with it.
I mean, and what you could do with that as well is, if the clocks are going at the same time, the clock for making the equipment maybe can't go ahead of the research clock.
Yeah, potentially we could do them as tied together like that. Or you could do it so that you're building equipment that helps researching this stuff. So, once you have the equipment, you can start doing more advanced research. So, we could treat it like that and bump up the same clock if you want. So it's kind of up to you. Like, do you want to start a new clock for this, or do you want to carry on advancing the research clock?
How many slots are left on the research clock?
There are 5 slots. So if you get a crit on the long-term project, you'll complete the research.
Let's just continue the same clock. Otherwise, we're just going to complicate it.
Yeah. I mean, also, there's nothing stopping you from just spending both your downtime actions on long-term research on a long-term project.
I think that might be what I'll do, but let's try one roll first. So since I'm building equipment, I'll roll Tinker, yeah?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Does our workshop come into play at all?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea, actually. Let's just quickly double-check on how that works. Creation, crew upgrades. So workshop. So, well, it's what allows you to complete long-term projects that use things like libraries of books and alchemical workshops and like tinkering without having to go somewhere else to do it. So, yeah, the fact that you can even do this at your lair instead of having to set up some kind of other operation to be able to do it.
Let us do it safely, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll roll then now.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Get 5. So that's 2 segments.
Nice. How many more segments did you say we got left?
But now you have 3 left.
Alright.
Okay, and I'll do it one more time. Ooh.
Nice. So that's another 2. So it's basically done. Yeah, just one more segment to go. Cool. So, yeah, after all of that stress, and how crap the all of the bullshit that spirit wardens have put you through, ruining this thing, you've fully doubled down on like doing this research. You're going to make the most of the spirit essence that you got left, and you've really rocketed through some of this research. Nice.
Yeah, gotta save whatever's left, otherwise we're screwed.
Cool. So I guess that's you done. So we'll move on to Sparrow's long-term actions.
I was thinking of helping with the research as well because I have 2 points in study,
Yeah, you can totally do that.
and we can just like finish it up hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, you're basically guaranteed to push it over the over the end. So I mean, you can roll if you want, but
you don't really have to.
yeah. Well, the thing is, we'll start a new clock when that's done, with something
Like
else.
refining the products or
Yeah. So, I mean, like, what's the end result? What's the goal of your research? What is it you want to achieve by building these devices and doing this research?
Well, don't we want to produce that drug that allows us to like take memories from ghosts and things, and people can experience things? And is that not what it's for? I thought that's what
Cool.
we're doing.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so
Memory-inducing drug.
yeah. So I guess that the next clock is synthesizing, synthesizing a memory drug. Like just working out how to do that in the first place. You figured out how to use spirit essences and work with them.
I guess the next thing would be to sort of figure out how to extract memories from ghosts.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the other thing you could do. You could either go, you've got the spirit essence, try and figure out how to synthesize that into an actual drug, or you could go a separate line of research, which is how to extract memories from ghosts so that you can then implant them into these drugs.
Yeah, I can finish the first one and then start the other clock.
Yeah. I mean, I guess which clock do you want to do?
I'll do the one we were working on right now.
Sorry, which one are you doing?
The one we were already working on.
Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, so we'll make me a roll then, I guess.
What's the position? Does it matter?
Onto you, muted.
You
You're
muted
muted.
yourself.
Whoops. So the I guess the I mean, like it doesn't really matter what positional effect it is because it's not really going to make much of a difference.
Okay.
I mean, I mean, I guess you're in a controlled environment because you're going to be doing it in the local workshop and whatnot.
Oh wow, a 6
Oh, I have a
again.
6. Wow.
Nice.
Here's the rolls suddenly.
Look at all these
There they
Yeah.
are.
So that's going to give you the one segment on that, which complete that clock. And then you're going to have another 2 segments on the next clock, which is going to be... we'll start another 8 o'clock.
Oh, look at that. We're proceeding on our plan.
We're doing things. We're getting stuff done. We're not failing miserably the whole time.
Have you muted yourself again, Monty?
Yeah, just give me a quick second.
Right,
Just need to close the doors.
So, our end goal is to make a drug to induce ghost memories into people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess the next clock is just gonna be like how to make it.
I'd assume so.
Right. So, this other clock, what are we doing? What exactly?
On how to make the ghost memory drug.
So, synthesize memory drug. Yeah.
So would I have to roll a tune for that?
You can do whatever you want with your last action.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, I mean, you don't. If you want to do another long-term project for this, to keep pushing this clock up, then you can do. Or you can do something else. I mean, you might want to acquire an asset like some kind of specialist device or machine to be able to work on this thing.
Could I do some training?
Totally, yeah, you can totally do some training.
We could set up a memory, right, where someone gets paid 6 coins, right? Take that memory and shove it in Boris Johnson's head, or whatever his name was.
Put it in some of the food that you're going to serve to him next time he comes to tea.
Oh my god, that's brilliant.
So how does training work? Just get a certain amount of XP, or?
Yeah, pretty much. Basically, you get 1 XP in an attribute or playbook, or if you've got because your crew has got training in resolve, if you up a resolve, any resolve XP, you'll get 2 XP instead.
Okay, well, I think I'll just want to train and resolve them.
Cool. Yeah, so yeah, you can just put 2 in there.
Okay.
Nice. Right. So it's now Peacock. So Exile Peacock. What's
So, if I want to reduce heat,
yeah.
what's the downside?
I mean, there isn't really any downside.
But nothing bad can happen.
No. I mean, like these roles don't really require you, like, you know, the position and stuff on them doesn't really matter because there's not necessarily consequences. We dealt with all that stuff, so it's. But
Okay.
you know, I mean, you had to give it, as long as you can provide a reasonable justification for how you're reducing heat. Then sure, that's the only downside. You have to convince me that it's legit.
Yeah, okay. I'll attempt to reduce the heat.
Mhm.
I'll do so by consorting with the magistrate.
Right. Okay. So you're going to lean on your magistrate contact then?
Yep, I imagine he's not very happy right now, but...
No, especially now with the council being pissed off. He's probably going to call in some favours soon because you've put him in a bad position.
Yep. So... how can I play this off? Okay. So... can't actually think of any good ways of playing this. Without maybe trying to piss him off more. Any thoughts?
I mean, you could straight up. Yeah, I mean, you could ask him to basically just pin someone for it. I mean, he's a magistrate.
Yeah.
There are no juries. Like, you know, he can pretty much just fabricate evidence and say, like, it was these people. these people were messing around with ghosts. Like, they're guilty. You know, just whoever he happens to have in his chambers next. Yeah, it's just like you're the.
Was it determined how we know him?
No, we haven't really established like exactly how you happen to move in the same circles. Presumably, you have some kind of connection to him.
Okay.
Through your nobility, because that's the most likely angle, I would have thought.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll say when I was in Cyprus,
Mhm.
my family had done dealings with Duskwall,
Yeah.
as I imagine many, well, countries and cities would. And so when the magistrate was in a bit of trouble himself, we came through and helped him. And
Yeah. So you kind of got a familial
it's
debt.
good
Yeah. Yeah.
and he owes me a debt as a result. I
Nice.
want to cash in that debt to get the heat off.
Okay, cool.
And you should totally pin it to the crows
And also pin it on the crows.
Yeah.
to rub it in.
Whoa.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, that makes total sense. Make me a roll, I guess. Then.
Yeah. I'm not going to pin it on my crows because I don't want to go to war yet.
Yeah.
I'm leaving both out of it for now.
Yeah. I mean, technically, the show of force says give them one claim which you don't have, or go to war. However, it says if you have no claims, lose one hold instead. So I dropped you to weak hold rather than have in there. Because I figured you probably didn't want to be going to war with a level 4 crew right now.
Yeah.
Not preferable. Okay. So I will roll my consort. Position doesn't really matter then, does it?
No, not really. No,
Okay.
just the raw numbers.
Effect is just standard.
Yeah.
Can I spend stress on this action?
Sure. Yeah. You can.
I might get 3 ones, and then I've just spent money to like really screw myself. But yeah, I'll push myself to get an extra bonus die.
Mhm.
So that's pushing me to 7 stress.
Oh
There you
god.
go.
Oh,
Illusion distress.
Okay, cool. So 4. So that means you get to reduce the heat by 2.
Okay.
So
So
what was our heat?
your heat was 4, so now it's only 2.
And I will spend my other downtime action to indulge in a vice for my vice.
Nice. What was
I'm
your
gonna go-
vice again?
Faith. So I'm going to go to the ruins of the Temple to Forgotten Gods
Mhm.
and pray to some demon.
Nice.
Just casually praying to some demon.
Yeah. The peacock demon.
Oh, not called Satara by any chance.
Bonus die.
this is just if it is Satara, is this when I just call in the favour and say, "Hi, can one of my boss is a really big fan. Can you give him an autograph?"
Can you make sure his vice is extra spicy?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fan. His name is Gust.
Not bad. You can't repeat jokes, James.
I just did.
Okay.
Oh shit. Well, that went well.
Okay.
Well, that didn't go as well as it could have done. But
Your dice rolls are literally cursed.
yeah.
Is there any way I can flip my dice?
Wow.
Special abilities all 6s are 1s, no 1s are 6s. Yeah, okay, I reduced 2 stress, so I'm back to what it was before I reduced the heat.
Yeah.
It's something.
Actually, you only reduce 1 stress because you take the lowest result, apparently.
Oh, fuck me.
Because your lowest attribute is 0.
Yep.
So you literally you just came out worse from that. Oh man, well, downtime did not go well for you. Okay, so let's quickly wrap up with XP. So we'll go through each of the playbooks basically.
All right. Oh.
So I think it lists them on, it lists on your actual sheets. So start off with Magpie. So you every time you did a desperate action, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you just did the one, didn't you? This session?
Yeah, I did the one. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can get a playbook XP for that.
All right. So that goes in the playbook one. Yeah.
Yeah, where it says playbook advancement.
Right.
Yep. And then at the end of each session, for each item below you get 1, or if you did more than one of them, 2. So, did you address any challenges with stealth or evasion?
No, I didn't have didn't really have the couldn't see it. Yeah, no.
Okay, fair enough. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background? I mean, I'd say yes. Like you like protected your family. You kind of, you worked, like you kind of leveraged, like the fact that Ulf, that you and Ulf are both Scotlands, and that he has he has a strong respect for fellow Scotlands.
Yeah.
To keep things going. So, I mean, I'd say you probably did that multiple times. So you can have 2 XP for that.
Not going to argue 2 XP.
And then, did you struggle with any issues from your vice or traumas? I don't think so.
No, I
think
don't
you were
think I
fine,
did.
weren't you? Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't have it. I ain't got any trauma shit though.
Give it time.
Alright.
Okay, so Raven, did you roll any desperate actions?
I don't think I did.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you're probably best off in future, like whenever you're doing a desperate action, just mark it off right then and there, because it's so easy to forget by the end of the session. So.
You know, I think I only did risky ones.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, was the ghost a desperate one?
Only 3 of us did desperate. It wasn't me, Michelle, and James.
Okay, yeah, no, I didn't do desperate.
Okay, cool. So, did you address a challenge with knowledge or arcane power? Yes. I mean,
Yes.
straight up, you summoned ghosts. So it's like,
Yeah. So that's 1 playbook advancement?
Yep. Yeah, one check in the XP for that. Did you express any of your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
I mean, would you consider starting the research as expressing drives or background? Because it's using my
I mean,
university knowledge.
what's everyone's take on that? I mean, I think that makes sense. Like, you literally went to uni to study some stuff. That seems totally fitting with academia. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, cool. Have an XP for that.
Some.
And did you struggle with any issues because of your vice or traumas?
I do not believe so.
No, I don't think so.
In fact, I very specifically worked around that.
Yeah. Cool. So, next up, it's Bloodcrow. So,
No desperate actions, but I want to say I had the lightning rod, and additionally I made the research equipment, so maybe 2 points for challenge with a technical skill.
yeah, I'd say that's fair. Yeah.
Nothing really for express your beliefs and stuff.
No, you didn't really do anything with vice or traumas. Okay, yeah, so yeah, just say 2 XP for the playbook, for your playbook from the technical skills, and that's that. And right, Sparrow.
Yeah. Well, I did 1 desperate action.
Yeah. So 1 point for that. Did you address the challenge with knowledge or arcane power?
Yeah, I summoned a ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah, ghost summoning team, go!
That's the requirement.
Yeah, I think that was just the one thing you did right. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, just a 1 point for that. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think anything Garuvian or pet merchanty came up. So
No.
yeah, and you didn't struggle with any
Didn't
issues with
struggle
voice
either.
traumas. Yeah. Okay, cool. So that's that sorted. And so I think we end on the peacock. So exile peacock. You did your desperate roll.
Yep.
Did you address any challenges with calculation or conspiracy?
Does danger wank count as conspiracy?
I mean, yeah, pretty much. I mean, you set up, you conspired to frame someone for doing something abhorrent.
Danger wank.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'd say that works.
Anything?
Yeah, I mean, you weren't pulling too many threads on the web this session, so yeah, just the one for that. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
Unless the fake papers that didn't work counted towards that.
I don't know. I mean, what do people think? I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that was necessarily full-on conspiracy or calculation. It was kind of just like a...
Okay, but does the magistrate manipulating count as that, maybe?
Oh, right, to get rid
yeah,
of the
might
heat.
have.
From background.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'd say that probably ties into your background because you leveraged your noble heritage. So, yeah, well, yeah, that's worth a point. You didn't really struggle with any issues from the vice traumas.
Apart from a bad roll.
Yeah.
I think we all struggled with the bad rolls.
Yeah. If you got XP for bad rolls, you guys would be like, straight, like tier 4 by
6?
now. Yes. Yeah. Cool.
I think that's it then, yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
So
there we go. We're done.
How does this work then? Do we get, like, when we fill that up, do we then get to train in something else? Or
Yeah. So when you fill up your playbook, you can buy a new playbook advancement.
okay,
Or when you fill up one of your attributes, you can put a new dot in one of the things for that attribute.
okay.
So if you fill up resolve, then you can put
The playbook advancements would be like the special abilities, right?
basically, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And they don't have to be from the playbook that we've chosen.
No, they do at first,
They do it first, okay.
but I can't remember when it tips over. But eventually, you get to
Probably
do veteran
5.
ones.
If you go, if it's probably 5 like advances or something.
Yeah, I think it's once you've done 3.
Right.
Okay.
I'll double check that for later. But yeah, once you've done a certain number of advances from your core playbook, you can start. You can choose to do veteran ones and start learning them from other playbooks.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, so there we go. How was the first session of Blades in the Dark?
I liked it. It was interesting.
Even though we all had ones.
Yeah.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was the session of ones. But the fact that we just jumped straight in there with the ridiculous stuff for the danger wanks, brilliant.
What do you mean ridiculous? It worked.
Well, it is pretty ridiculous, but it did work.
Yeah.
I mean, the dance off worked, but that was still ridiculous. But you know, I like it. It is
Yeah, I agree.
complicated, but I like that you can learn as you go.
Yeah. I mean, it's relatively quite simple. It's just like when you're learning as you go, it feels like there's a lot of different moving
Yeah.
I
parts.
think it's
but
getting into the mindset of not to plan, but to do flashbacks.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm
That's the
used to
hardest thing.
watching like RP streams where it's like very like planned out and you have to do certain things to do whatever, and over here it's more like, oh, you'll just jump in and then you can just flashback and then flashback again.
Yeah, it's all about just getting into the action and then justifying why what you're doing is going to work. You know, it's like, yeah, that's what the gamble is. Just do stuff and then just keep piling on justifications from every way you can get them to why this is a good idea. It's like,
And the other thing as well, some of our, two of our players have never played with any. Well, yeah, have never Spooky. I don't think you've ever role played before, have you? This is your first
No, I like
experience at role play.
did 2 sessions of D&D on stream, but no one really knew what they were doing basically, so I wouldn't really call that my first RP,
Yeah.
So I'm pretty new to this.
And also this is Alexis's first time with us as well, so people need to get to know each other and stuff like that, and that will happen over time. So people will get more confident as we go along. But yeah, I thought it was really good, apart from all the fucking crap rolls.
yeah, it was amazingly
The episode
bad
Oh
rolls.
my
Yeah.
God, yeah.
Hopefully, you got them all out of the way for the whole rest of the game. At this point, you've had a whole
Don't
time.
say that, because now you've cursed it. It will just be bad rolls for the next until
Forever.
until hell freezes over. If there's
Yeah.
such a place. All right. Right, so we do some shout outs, get you all to shout out and give yourselves like self promotion. So we'll start with Monty. I believe I've done commands to everyone. Let me just check though. Well, there we go. So we'll start with Monty the GM because you know he's the one that who did everything. So Dark Liquid.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, you can just follow me on Twitter. That's generally where I hang out most. It's just Dark Liquid on there. I have published a couple of things for Numenera and stuff like that. If you want to check them out, they're on Joy to RPG. And I mean, that's it really. Yeah, there we go. As Jay was showing, it's
Oh,
Rust Haven. It's a book all about the Iron Wind in Numenera. So if that it piques your interest, go check that out.
I don't know what's happening there. I'll fix that. Fox.
Yes. Sorry, I completely zoned out.
Shout yourself out. She does not.
Yeah.
She's got a Twitch, but she doesn't use it much anymore. She did. She will go back to it.
I will be using it again when I go back to university, which is at the end of this month. So, yes. Hopefully,
Okay.
I shall be doing some more streams.
Go give her a follow at.
Foxcry Falls, twitch.tv/Foxcry Falls.
Right, brilliant. J Will.
Hi, I'm Joel. I stream about once a month, twice if you're lucky.
nice.
I play any kinds of games really. I'm here on Mondays, and I'm here on Thursdays for Warhammer Now 4th edition. That's going well. Well, we haven't done Couch Creation, but that seemed to go well. And yeah, you can follow me, J7Z, everywhere except Facebook, because who cares about Facebook? Pile on the Facebook hate. I mean, you can follow me there anyway.
You're on there just in case.
Spooky.
I'm a creative streamer and I do art and I enjoy doing it. And I don't know. That's my old pitch, I guess.
Where can they find you?
Spooky Draws on Twitch. Or Spooky Draws without any vowels on Instagram. Because someone took the name.
Oh no, you should go to war with them.
Yeah, I will.
Name infringement.
Send them a
Just like
ghost.
A picture of
Just
him
draw
with
a
a ghost.
Drew a ghost.
You're doing the danger wanks. I know it. Oh. Yeah, that's basically it.
And Alexis.
Well, someone stole my Twitter as well, so under Twitter I'm actually at Game Seizure, but otherwise you can find me at Reason Why anywhere. And I am at the RPG Lab Wednesdays for Numenera, if you want to catch me there.
Oh, they're doing Numenera, but yeah, yeah. Anyway, brilliant. RPG Lab, yeah. I'll add it. I'll add it later. I'll add RPG Lab into the into your shout out. So tomorrow, hopefully we have Star Wars. I'm not sure, but hopefully we'll have Star Wars tomorrow night at the same time, 7 p.m. Star Wars RPG. That's the classic West End Games version. So that's D6. On Thursdays we've got Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th edition, which we're going to play test for a few weeks and then head back to the Enemy Within using 2nd edition. And then on Sunday it was going to be Sea of Mist, but it's such a massive book. It will take. It's going to. Yeah. I'm going to just go back. We're going to do a short term, like season 2 of Tales from the Loop. So check that out on Sunday night from 8 p.m. And Thursday's also 8 p.m. as well. And if you're interested in joining our Discord and social media and my most social media stuff to know when I've gone live, check out all of those and have a look and join in, and you can talk to us on there and stuff like that. But other than that, thank you very much for playing, guys. Thank you all for watching, and most importantly, thank you, Monty, for running.
Yes, agreed.
Yes.
And we will say bye to YouTube. Bye bye, YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.
Is it a kid show now, or you're like, bye, fruits?
Yep.
And then once YouTube's gone, we talk shit about them.